Just walk in, low
Come
self-esteem.
on. There he is.
Colin!
Oh, look. It's a big Broadway star.
He's got to be treated like a big Broadway star.
He has to be invited in like a vampire. Just stood outside like a creep.
Yeah, he has to be invited in. Yeah, look out.
Fucking
He's got.
Colin
Wait.
Quinn.
Do you have the white iPhone, or is that a cover?
Yeah, it's the white one.
It's the 3GS. It's not the 4.
Oh.
You only got
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Hey, we saw your pal.
About that,
Colin, I got to start.
Fucking show. How's that?
Get on mic first of all. I got to start by telling you we went to the Paul McCartney show at the Apollo Theater.
did?
Yeah.
And your pal Jerry
Big
Seinfeld
Jer
was
was
there.
Yes.
He is very talented. I will never argue that. But he is a nerd.
He is one of the finest sitcoms in history.
Exactly.
But he is
do you mean he's a nerd?
He was standing with George Wallace trying to like bop to the Paul McCartney music, and he was
It was funny.
so nerdy. Half the time, I think me and Ant were just watching
His
Seinfeld.
head's bobbing up and down. I think he was tapping his foot.
Right? He looked out of place at a Paul McCartney
Paul McCartney
show.
has some real toe tappers.
Yes, it certainly does.
I mean, I like some of the McCartney's earlier stuff. After 1965, I really
Yeah,
like
you dropped out. It's all shit after that.
Been a lot of good stuff after 65.
Oh,
literal
Jesus.
Jim.
Look who it is.
Oh, it's literal
I don't think
Jim.
that was Jim.
It was
I think it was a friend of Jim.
Yes.
You should have been there, by the way.
Something.
Why weren't you at the Paul
No, it
McCartney
was
show?
I
literal.
was invited to Paul McCartney's fucking
You
show.
should have been.
You should have been. They invited pretty much everyone.
Yeah, they did.
They really
What,
did.
Seinfeld, Paul Simon, and Colin? I understand why he wasn't invited.
Really?
If we didn't work for the company, you think we would have been on the list?
I was actually
we barely
I was
made the
shocked
list.
that you creeps were there, to be
Which is
honest.
we happen to work
I
here.
know.
They knew that. Believe me, they wanted those 3 tickets to go elsewhere.
Oh, of course.
But if they didn't, they would have been a year of fucking
Of
paying,
just
paying
bitching,
back.
complaining,
They had to do it.
and moaning from this
I'm
studio.
just shocked that Anthony was at 125.
125.
125.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at
I was
Colin.
into 125.
Knowing the lingo.
don't expect that.
I made sure I was okay.
He was barely in the
Strapped.
125.
I was okay. I was probably the only person
I
in the
was
125
dressed,
that was
okay?
actually legally carrying.
Yo, I'm dressed, kid.
I'm dressed.
He was dressed for the event.
We were just bitching about the fact that Patrice is going to the Foxwoods big poker extravaganza I have going this weekend.
What do you
This,
mean he's going to it?
Well, he's one of my personal guests.
Is he
that are
playing in
going-
it?
Yes, he is.
Why wasn't I invited? First of all, I'm a poker master.
I know. I saw you on fucking poker.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
We wanted to.
Yeah.
And then we said Colin has a Broadway show. He's probably not going to want to do Foxwoods.
You want to
Well,
do
it
Well,
is.
it's a Friday night,
It
Colin.
is Friday
You guys
night.
really think outside the box. But anyway,
Don't you have shows tomorrow?
You do.
I do have shows.
Yes, he
So you
does.
could. You just wanted to be invited. You couldn't have come anyway.
Yeah.
You know-
You're the
you know
same
what?
way, so don't act like
You
you
can
are.
still be invited.
You want to come?
You want to come? We'd love
You're
to have you.
cordially invited.
Yeah,
All
talk about how
right.
Norton's the same way.
But
Good
you were
luck being
invited.
in 2 places at once, though.
Oh, Jim, come on. He can't do that.
Colin, call in sick. Have
Call in sick.
Have your stand-in do
Do you have an
so.
understudy?
Do you have an
Have we
understudy?
talked about this trendy, awful name, the Anti-Social Network, yet?
Well, yes, we
Oh.
have. With myself and myself and
up.
Brewer. Let me plug.
Like Bill Burr. But just the fact that it's like has nothing to really do with them, but it's like, hey, that movie's hot. Why don't you call it the fight? Never mind.
Be more funny. Be more funny.
The Mushmouth Network.
Hey, you better watch you don't do that on your Broadway show.
Yeah.
It's like I felt like one of those terrorists that lights the explosive and blows up his face.
You didn't answer the question. Do you have an understudy?
I have a nerd understudy.
Yeah, a nerd. Jerry will get out there and...
Would Jerry do it, you think?
No.
No,
No, there's no understudy.
can't
Maybe
be.
I'll be like, what's his face, and who does all those things? Rob Becker. You
Oh, the
does-
caveman guy, yeah.
Yeah, and then he sends people out to make millions of dollars on his own. He just sits there at home. What a life that would be! What a life!
Colin's biting his finger.
Oh, where you just sell the act and someone goes out?
You sell the act, Jimmy.
Sell it.
It's the act. You get rid
Not
of it.
selling out, you're buying
That's
in.
not crazy, though. I think you could.
You're buying
I think
it.
you could
That's
do
right.
that. Move the
Why
show
not?
to some other cities with some other guys doing
Well, I
it.
got to do it on the other cities first, like I
Yeah,
have to go
of
on the road
course.
with it.
Of course.
Yeah,
You don't make money on Broadway. This is the big secret, dirty little secret nobody tells you.
Is that really the
Yeah.
case? I think we heard that from...
Unless you sell out every night, which maybe Al Pacino makes money. I mean, yeah.
Wait,
you
your
go on the
deal is
road to
dependent
make
on
money.
selling out?
They said even Jackie Mason didn't make money on Broadway.
What?
He
No.
probably did.
When I was there, it was a lot of tickets, and everybody who I know who's gone, it says it's been crowded. I've never heard.
Because when I was there, it was a lot of tickets. First of all, they're stupid.
I'm tired.
Second of all, it was opening night, so they packed the place. Nobody paid.
You know what?
Opening night, they got freebies.
I went recently, and it was pretty full.
Saturday night. And
No,
it wasn't that
I was
full.
in the middle of I think it was like a Tuesday night.
Well, whatever.
I
I'm just
celebrate
The
telling you,
city is emptier though because we drove in today. My plane landed at 6:11. I was in the studio by 7:01. Not as many people,
Trooper.
but not as many people are coming into the city. Fucking, it was the Lincoln Tunnel was empty coming
It's
in.
very cold.
It should be mobbed coming in
It
right
must
now.
be a Jewish holiday then.
No, it's very chilly out.
Is it still Hanukkah?
People are waiting to do their holiday shopping.
Isn't it sad how proud Jim is that he got plane landed at 6:11? He was here at 7:01.
He was probably so happy about that.
I talked traffic the entire way. Oh, I thought what a dud of a story I had. Me and the guy were talking traffic, and I said we came in on made a right on 40th. I'm like, yeah, man. I remember when I used to come in to do NEW all. Oh, you flaky douche!
There's a Broadway star with fucking crumbs all over his shirt.
Well,
He
I gotta
shoved
get a
something in his mouth.
Hold on. Wait.
He just shoved something in his mouth. Some kind of nice flaky, like turnover-y kind of
apple
thing. Turnover. You know how flaky they are.
I thought he was doing it on purpose until I realized that he was looking around to see if anybody noticed.
He said, "You're in it."
Here, you want a napkin or two there?
It's right behind you.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
Colin.
I couldn't be happier.
I'm tweeting this shit immediately.
Colin.
Oh,
Holy shit. I love those flaky things,
they're
though. Aren't they
fucking amazing.
good? Oh, he took the town. Took my no, that's fine.
that was mine.
If you want it, fine. Take it. It's Jimmy's. I got mine at home.
Hey, you guys ever hear about these
We got-
penthouse letters to the editor?
Don't we have a Penthouse gal coming in?
What?
Yeah, we do.
We have her coming in. The
Are you
barn.
allowed to see penthouse gals there, Colin?
It's not part of my Broadway regimen.
Yes.
You know, I happened to listen to Colin Quinn on Rosie O'Donnell's show.
Oh,
I was driving home from Philly, and it was on our radio. And you get a different version of Colin Quinn when
Do
he
you?
goes somewhere
Is it
else.
the nicer, sweeter, gentler Colin?
A little serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know this Colin
He's not
Quinn.
dropping crumbs all over his shirt.
No.
I wasn't in the studio, though.
You're on the phone. You did a great phoner, which
Thanks.
isn't
It
easy,
sounded like I
right?
was right there, huh?
It sure did.
Were you on ISDN
I got a lot of things going on. I don't know what that is.
when you were on another studio, but not hers? Like you're both on the studio line.
Did you learn this on your stupid hour show with Bob Kelly?
I did actually.
And I got to say, Rosie did a great job interviewing you. We
I gotta
do a
say,
shitty
Norton-
job interviewing Colin.
Every
Just-
time you think Norton's finished,
yeah.
I read his stupid pilot. It was the funniest thing I've ever read in my life.
Wow, thanks, man.
I
Really?
was crying with laughter.
Thanks, man.
Damn.
So
That's
funny.
nice.
Thank you. We're happy to hear that.
See, that's the first time we heard about this pilot officially
What?
on the
We've
radio
heard
show.
about him
We,
writing.
we've heard rumblings.
Jimmy's been writing like
But
a
now
bandit.
It's so
First
funny.
time on the radio,
Thanks.
though. Jimmy's working on a pilot.
Oh, very good.
Where are we at with that?
Really funny.
Oh, it's done.
Are you
Nothing's happened with
You're going to
it.
start shopping it?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, I wanted to have a whole bunch of, stuff done. But I try not to talk about things until I get a little bit of momentum with it.
You don't want
You
to
jinx it.
jinx it. Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm sorry to jinx it then. Jesus.
No, you didn't jinx it. You might get a little chatter going. My agent one time said we ought to do this. Get some chatter started.
Did you just smack him in
I
the
said
face?
if you ever say chatter again, I'll fucking fire you.
Chatter.
Withhold your commission. But I backed
That must
off.
have terrified him.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He doesn't want to get shorted on $2. You don't let me go up there. I was going to heckle you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the big agency meetings. With all the big agents all over the
Yeah.
company. They're like, what's this $18 check with a picture of a rascal on it? I love when comedy clubs pay with the fucking logo on your check. They used to always pay us with like logos for like knuckle brains, and it's like a guy like
That's on the check.
What was the one Coast to Coast Comedy, my first paycheck, and it had like the two comedy masks, the side like almost like the comedy tragedy masks
Yeah.
on them, just so people knew a funny guy was
Yeah, I'm
cashing
cashing
a
a funny check. all the way to the bank.
Today's a Muslim holiday. That's why the easy commute. Which one is it? You want to find out?
Is it a Sudanese fucking woman beating? Did you see that fucking clip?
Not yet.
Oh, what gentle, wonderful people that is. There's it's like we would capture something on our cell phone if you saw a funny moment happening in the street.
Right.
Or perhaps somebody dressed a little silly, or a big fat ass in some jeans. You'd click and Twitter it. These guys
make it sound so benevolent. More of the fucking hateful shit I've seen you guys put around.
Oh, believe me.
A silly guy in a crazy outfit.
It's just silly.
Fucking ruined his life for 6 months. But go ahead.
Smashing a homeless guy's only food source.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
That might have happened once.
But
we've moved on from that.
There's this Sudanese woman, and she's in her traditional garb, and God knows what she did. I'm sure she mouthed off or
for wearing pants.
It was for wearing pants.
It was for wearing pants.
Was it for wearing pants?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like there was no reason for it.
And turn the volume up. You want to hear her wails and screams.
Yeah, it's
and
a lovely
there's two
culture,
guys,
Islam. Lovely people.
Whipping her in public. And this is like what you do in the park. This is like Shakespeare in the park for them.
Yeah.
You could just beat
But
her.
all cultures are the same, and you can't judge a culture.
They're telling her to sit down
Quickly.
which she's kind of kneeling in the middle of this courtyard kind of park thing, surrounded by people. And there she goes, getting whipped.
In public for wearing pants.
I don't think she likes it.
How many lashes?
She's saying enough. 57, I think, or 52 or something like that.
Marcus Garvey Park? Where is that?
She wore pants. I mean, come on. I like she tries to get away at one point and block the guy. She grabs one guy's whip, and the other guy comes in and smashes her in the back. Just savages. This is the peaceful people of the Muslim religion you're listening to at home, and we're watching.
Is it Muslim though, or is it just Patrice's people?
Oh, well, I do believe it's Muslim law that they are adhering to.
I know.
Aren't her?
Trying to get on that kind of a race.
I know. I'm being literal. Sorry.
He goes, actually, I believe it's
Actually, look, she grabs the whip, and then the guy comes from behind like, she's screaming for her mother. And here comes another guy. Hey, let go of that guy's whip.
What the fuck?
Well, that's the way you should treat your women when they don't dress properly.
There you go.
They're a lovely, lovely group.
Anytime a woman gets upset that she, thinks she was passed over for a raise in the workplace because she thinks her boss might be misogynistic. Maybe you should watch this.
You think this is going to be a human resources situation?
I think these people are going to be held accountable by HR.
This is going to be an HR incident?
Good Toyota ad, though. You see the tailgate of that Toyota pickup? Yeah. They love their Toyotas over there.
My God, everywhere.
Look at that. Toyota! She's counting. That was 54 lashes.
Just the...
And it's subtitled by Tariq. He's got a career.
Yeah, Tariq was good.
Yeah, Tariq edited that perfectly.
And then
A-H-H-H.
And they'll all say, all religions... Shut up.
Yeah, that's the way they get out of it, by saying, well, you know something, it's not, you can't condemn the entire religion.
Fucking barbaric.
That's accepted, though. That isn't, no one speaks out that is evil.
Did anybody doubt who the fucking Swedish bomber, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Even in Sweden.
Please.
Fucking, everywhere.
They just...
Everywhere.
I'm sorry. My personal opinion here, these are not the views of Sirius XM Satellite Radio, but my personal opinion is it is a violent, horrid religion. And I think there's maybe a few good people in a shitload of bad apples. As aside from what they say the other way around.
Well, Danny, agree with you. And if Jim Norton were here, I know he would too.
Wait, isn't that a Colin Quinn line with the apple thing? Jimmy says it every once in a while.
Did I rip you off?
Probably my line.
That was one of the funniest lines from Tough Crowd. And I forget what you were talking about Islam, but you said, why let a few million bad apples spoil the bunch? It was, I don't know if you or Ober wrote it, but it was one of the funniest lines anyone's ever said.
Excuse me, what?
Because Ken Ober wrote some very funny stuff, and for some reason I thought that was his.
And that's what you talked to Rosie about, the Ken Ober thing. You guys were really good friends. I was like, wow, Colin opening up.
Yeah. What the hell? Of course I love Ken Ober.
Yeah, I know you did. That was very sad.
Ken Ober! That's my impression of Colin back in the old days.
But Opie sounds almost bewildered like that. What did you want me to do? Go on there and crack jokes about
No,
Ken's
you just
Hey, Rosie, quit being so serious. The guy's dead. Now let's move along.
I guess you adjust depending on what you're doing. We're just goofballs.
Sure I do. If you want to have a serious discussion, I'll be glad to.
No, that's all right. I'm just saying.
Not with crumbs on you.
I'm just saying it was nice to hear a different side of you. That's all. Yeah, you still got crumbs
No
on
serious
you.
discussion. Well, you have crumbs like a child.
Like a little child.
You're like a
child.
You're like a baby man.
Has anybody, because, you do get assholes in the crowd every so often. Has anyone
Sure
yelled
do.
anything
You
out?
get some real a-holes.
I'm an asshole.
Don't get me right. The fans are always right.
Get
the fuck out of here, you fucking ruined comedy! Fucking idiot!
Because it's not, you're not up there at Caroline's or anything like that. It's a Broadway show.
No.
Anyone scream anything out?
Isn't it funny how Caroline's used to be like the pinnacle of comedy now? It's like, you're not up there at Caroline's.
Well, it's Broadway.
Times have changed.
Oh, that's Broadway too. Wait a
Just
minute.
talking about relativity, It's sort of the whole theme today.
He holds his coffee cup very artistically.
His legs are crossed.
I feel that.
It's very Broadway.
I feel.
Dressed all in black.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the person you see up there on stage.
I go up there and
It's
I go, I
part
know this guy.
me, but
I went to
it's-
high school with this guy.
oh God!
And yeah, what do you mean? Has there been any?
Have you got any fucking idiot that thinks they're at just any comedy show and
Well, I told you
blurts
this
something out?
summer there was these guys like between each of the break parts, and then I go, guys, it's not a Jets game, which was of course the smart thing to say because then what do they say? Jets.
Jets.
Of course, it was after the show. It's my cousins.
Oh, was it? Fucking.
I heard this on. I heard that on
I had
Rosie.
one kind of half drunk.
I heard that on Rosie. Right? I knew the
no.
punchline.
Oh,
So I heard that
shit.
on Rosie. He told the same story.
Jesus Christ!
He even
Ah,
uses the same
Colin,
stories
wow.
on our show that he does.
What do you
elsewhere.
expect? He asked me about hecklers. It's the only heckler story all
I
summer.
know. Everyone's been pretty cordial then.
It's actually a very good story.
That's good.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I was surprised I got as good a seats as I did when I went to see Colin's show. They really hooked me up.
Really?
Yeah, Jared was right on my left.
Oh, yeah?
Was Jerry happy about that?
I don't think he noticed.
No.
He didn't look to the right a lot.
I'll just be like, oh, hi.
He's like this watching the show.
Yeah. Was he popping his head?
I literally, when I see him at the Comedy Cellar, I wave from across the room and I leave.
You don't want to
Yeah.
pull a Bobby Kelly on you.
Oh, no.
He's always pleasant to me,
Not you.
What do you mean? You're on the big show. We're doing a Geraldo benefit.
but I am, yes.
Oh, that's right.
You're not
Oh,
gonna-
that's right. Tickets go
you
on sale
probably won't
tomorrow.
Pump, you probably won't pump
What?
that. You
Of course I will.
We're not getting a dime for it.
Of course I will. Tomorrow, tickets go on sale tomorrow. Why am I being literal, Jim? Tomorrow, tickets go on sale tomorrow for the Geraldo benefit we're doing at the Beacon. It's
Very cool.
It's Seinfeld, Colin, Louis Black, myself, Tom Papa, Ted Alexandro, Jesse Joyce, who is very close to Greg, Judy Gold, and Tom is hosting. It's an amazing event. And when is it? It's in February 9th, I think, at the Beacon here
I
in New
think it's
York.
February 9th.
Wow.
And that
The
will sell
Beacon
out
is
immediately.
One of the finest theaters in New York.
It sure is a great place
my
to do a
God.
show. The laughs
It's
reverberate.
fantastic.
Now, is that going to be star-studded, do you think?
I'm sure there'll be some people there because, again,
Stars.
whenever Jerry and Colin are involved with something.
Of course.
Well, let's say Jerry.
I know, please. You're
I'm
gonna
just
be
being
polite.
polite because I'm the guest.
Yeah, you're here. You're the closest
we're
friend I
still
have to
trying, right?
celebrity.
Yeah. Aw.
That's not true. What about Keith Robinson?
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
Keith knows Kevin Hart. Kev was on the other day. He's fucking great, right?
Yeah, he
he's
was
in the
great.
paper today, I think.
Really?
Yeah, he's hanging out with Pete
what?
Diddy. You know.
Hanging out
I
with
think I
Diddy.
saw him today. They mugged that 90-year-old guy up. In
One of my
wasn't Kevin.
One of my favorite lines is when you were on Tough Crowd, Kevin and somebody. Kevin, who was in? Kevin Hart was on the show with somebody else, and you said, "Hold on, guys, just a quick word to Kevin."
He does. He looks like a Hottentot.
Hey, with that, we got to take a break. We got to do a little catch up here. So, Colin is, of course, promoting the big Broadway show. How do they get tickets, Colin?
So, long story short,
Long story short, it's they get tickets. I don't know, Ticketron.
Ticketron. What is it? 1980.
Tell it, George.
Wow, it's a joke.
Just wire your cash to Murray Hill 7.
Right. They're going to see Blue Oyster Cult in fucking Long Island.
Show is great.
It's fucking brilliant. It
I've
really
seen
is
it
brilliant.
twice, and I'll definitely see it one more time. It was extended into
February
right?
5th.
Said it to February. Then, fellas, it's up for grabs. What do you want me to do?
You're going to go to another city with it. It's
I'll do a
obvious.
few cities. Maybe we'll do some movies, right, guys?
I hear you want to go to the UK. We'll talk about that next. Colin Quinn in the
All
UK.
right.
If people go to colinquinnlongstoryshort.com, they can get tickets and all info.
And I am Colin Quinn on Twitter. Gives you all the info as well.
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Well, all right, let's do.
Do somebody else.
I'll do somebody else. I'll do The Situation. I can do him from the. Sure. You want to do The Situation?
Yeah, is your shirt going to come off?
No.
All right, I'd love to see The Situation.
Hey, Paulie, can I borrow? I'm going to bring a girl into this bedroom. I don't care if you. They know. I don't care if you stay here too, but just be in a separate bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Great impression. That's really, really good.
That's the right like your show, man.
People like it.
And in studio, we got that great impressionist, Colin Quinn,
Yeah.
of course,
Show
from the
is
Jimmy
that?
Fallon Show.
Eat your heart out, Anthony.
I didn't know you knew the Jersey Shore.
Sure, I know all about it.
You like the Jersey Shore?
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
Great show.
Yeah.
I
Reality
heard the Jersey Shore next year they're going to send the cast to Gilgo Beach, Long Island.
Gilgo Beach.
Wow, tying in a current event. That's what Colin does.
That's what I do.
We have a serial killer loose.
Oh, is that Gilgo Beach with a body?
We have a serial killer on Long Island, and we have a home invader that's just been busting into houses in Great Neck and Kings Point. North Shore, Long Island, very exclusive area.
Well, Great
by the
Neck
way.
is all Persians now, and it's Iranian, you know.
Yeah. Although they were breaking into a lot of Jewish people's homes, I heard.
Right. Well, I think they're Iranian Jews.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You might
just
ask, who's a famous Iranian Jew? Chris Kattan.
Really? Okay. I might have asked.
My definition of fame might be a little.
Your nose is running into your mouth.
He's got crumbs on his sweater.
That's a Colin. Oh,
Are you all right, Colin?
Grandpa?
I was
What are you
going to
doing?
I was sick. I was going to cancel today, but I realized you guys
Oh,
needed
thanks. So you need to get everyone else sick before the holidays.
You had a
Thank
flu
you.
shot. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
You're
good.
Exactly. I have a flu shot too.
Did you get the flu? I did for 3
just
days.
a little cold.
I got a lesser version of it.
You got a
Don't
flu
be one
shot?
of these guys that complains about the fucking mic. Well, every comedian's like not healthy at all, but then they're like, "Oh, I wish somebody would wipe off these mics during flu season." It's like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Gets done and just
Bring your own
blast
fucking
an
shit.
ounce of coke that night.
Yeah.
Really into your health, are you?
Can we start with the serial killer? We got
Smoking doobies.
Oh, Chip.
we got 4 bodies they found right off the highway, Ocean Parkway.
Yeah. They've been there a while, too. That's kind of a real...
Up to 2 years,
That's a
possibly.
great area to dump a body.
How do you not smell that shit going to a Jones Beach show?
You know what you know
Oh.
what the area's like to dump a body? You remember when Clemenza had Paulie popped?
That
in
was
the back?
Ocean Beach, right?
That those high
Ocean
weeds
Parkway?
and reeds and shit
Yeah.
that they're parked in.
That's right.
Imagine dragging a body in there and dumping it. No one's going in
Yeah,
there.
but why so lazy? 10 feet off the highway. You couldn't go another 20?
Well, even Joel Rifkin said he's very lazy with
Right, Rifkin.
getting rid of
Sloppy.
his. They went to Rifkin, the New York Post.
Really?
Really great. The New York Post giving this guy attention, which is why he killed people in the first place, why he's put in prison, and you think he's just going to rot away there. He must have loved getting that call, like, hey, the Post is here to talk to you about a murder.
Yeah, it's like Manhunter.
Thinks he's Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, they're coming to talk to him about another serial killer.
And he looks good. He looks healthy in jail.
That's another thing.
Like, hey, I'm on my way to lunch, but I'll talk to you guys. He's not suffering in
If the
jail after
press-
what he did.
If the press comes to you in prison after 17 years, your first word should be, help me! It's hell in here!
Right.
Every day I get ass raped! It's horrible, they beat me on a daily basis! And he's smack-talking other serial killers.
Yeah, he's just-
That's all.
He's just hanging out. He's
'cause-
joking.
Because he's just in prison. That's become his life. Life in prison isn't that bad. If you're the likes of a Joel Rifkin, you kill some people, you go to prison, it becomes your life. You just go, oh, the Post is here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
going to go grab something to
Yeah.
eat, and then I'll talk to
Looks
them.
well rested. Looks like he's getting some
The
haircuts.
death penalty.
and some nice shaves in prison.
It just becomes your life. You
17
think of it-
years?
17 years.
Wow.
You
17
think
years
of
and
prison.
he looks great.
From the outside
Looks
looking
terrific.
in, you think of prison and you would be like, oh my God, I'd never want to go there. That's horrible. Once you're in a situation, it all of a sudden becomes your life and what you have to deal with, no matter what it is.
Are we still talking about prison?
Yes.
This sounds like the monologue you go through, inner monologue every
It's
morning when you get up at 5 a.m.
or when I'm going to sleep or when I'm just getting home. It's every moment of my
Once you're in a
life.
situation,
You know,
this is it.
this is it, folks.
Of course they should have killed him. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind if they did like the old days, like brain operation experiments on him, but they don't even
That'd
do that.
be good. They
They're
don't
like,
even
we
do
can
that.
study him, but they don't even study these creeps.
They wait till after they die and then look at their brain and try to figure out why they did certain things. But yeah,
Yeah.
experimentation would be a lot better. He was smack talking this latest serial killer, saying that he did, And he was very proud of his work. Joel Rifkin actually said, I did a much better job of hiding my bodies. And he goes, I distributed them in other locations. He goes, this guy's just dumping them in one place.
Then why the 17 years in prison if he did a better job?
Well, because he had one in the back of his pickup truck and got pulled over by the cops.
Was that a random
terrible
stop?
fucking weakness.
Why would you break the laws driving? If you got a dead body in your car?
Out? It was some just
dumb thing.
making a U-turn. He did something fucked
They
up.
all get busted like that.
Yeah.
Doing something stupid.
Bundy did the same
Berkowitz
thing.
with parking tickets, right?
Berkowitz, they went back and traced the parking ticket.
Yeah.
Bundy was pulled over in his Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Rifkin in his truck. Randy Kraft, a brutal killer, gay killer in California who
Owns the
tortured
Pats,
guys.
right?
No!
Oh, I thought that was the...
Different guy. Thanks for fucking up my story. He got pulled over with a guy who gets sidetracked easy. Forget it. He got pulled over and he had a dead Marine or a dead guy in his fucking car.
But I like the fact that Jim somehow, first of all, he's talking to the one serial killer expert, me. Bundy didn't get pulled over for a fucking traffic violation. You misinformer.
I'm saying he got pulled over, though.
You man. Yeah, of course he got pulled over because they suspected him of being a serial killer.
Did
You're
they
trying
pull
to
him
distort
They were
this
on
just
to
for
him?
your own devious purposes.
It wasn't like, I noticed your wipers weren't on during a rainstorm.
No, they pulled Bundy over because he had escaped. And had he not killed again, he was in Florida when he got pulled over.
Yeah.
And he had a fucking, the seat
saying
was
pulled
missing.
over.
Dude.
He got stopped. They weren't chasing him.
That is the scariest part.
You know what? Let's just go back to the Rifkin thing. Here's the story. And back in 1993, state troopers spotted his pickup truck without license plates on the Southern State Parkway.
High-speed chase ended in Mineola, where he crashed at Mineola there. It's one of my favorite quotes. Archie Bunker is talking about the Lodge. It was going out to Long Island. And he goes, we're all getting together there in Mineola. They got all the cold cuts you could shove in you. It's just a great Mineola joke. Sorry.
You should be sorry. Of all the great lines on All in the Family, he picks the one line that just sat there.
How about,
I just like Mineola.
a guy would
like
at
the
the time
local
he was a
references.
little kid, and he was like, "Hey, I know that place."
I know Mineola. That's where Dad gets drunk.
That's a nice Long Island reference.
What was the line? A guy would something is a four eyes. A guy with something as a queer. It was one of the greatest lines ever.
Oh, well, better than mine.
Can you look up Randy Kraft? I mean, how Bundy got busted by fucking serial killer.
Wait, we're
expert.
still reading this. So,
Yeah, Rifkin got pulled over. He, the
High
troopers
speed,
spotted
yes.
his truck without plates. High-speed chase Mineola. He crashed into a utility pole. Was located directly in front of the courthouse, in which he would eventually stand trial. Troopers detected an odor from the back of the truck. It came from the corpse of Tiffany Bresciani.
Oh my God! So he's driving around with a corpse
plates.
and no plates.
No plates.
And he's saying this guy's sloppy.
Yeah, I think
this
it's
guy's
my
still
tags.
out there.
It's my tags. Forgot to put on my tags.
But you almost said, "What's wrong with this guy?" But you caught yourself. 'Cause
Yeah.
he had a hooker dead in his truck. So he's
But I mean, how stupid can you be?
unbelievably stupid.
You shouldn't be saying that someone else is stupid and sloppy.
Still got that dead body smell.
Hey, can
he breathes deep.
Can Adrian, the writer, come up to the show, guys?
Of course.
Who's that?
Yes, Adrian can come up. Sure.
Yes.
Have Kenny.
She nice?
Adrian LeBlanc. Yeah, she's great.
Of course.
Have Kenny to put in the system.
Yeah. Eric has the quote you were looking for. Okay, we can play this.
Just because a guy is sensitive and he's an intellectual and he wears glasses, you make him out a queer.
I never said a guy who wears glasses is a queer. A guy who wears glasses is a four eyes. A guy who's a fag is a queer.
You could never say that on
Dude, a
television.
guy who wears glasses is a four eyes.
Four eyes. A four eyes.
You
Guy
can't
who's a
say
fag
that.
is a queer.
Seinfeld wasn't allowed to do that on his show there.
That's
Colin.
right. That's
Oh,
right.
it's a fag. It's a queer. Come on.
What a queer.
Now I want to see how. Now I have to see how Bundy was. Why don't I just look it up? I have a
It
computer.
just bugs him that I probably have great info.
You don't.
Uh-oh.
Terrific
Doesn't
info,
believe
Colin.
him.
You certainly do.
No, he doesn't.
He's terrific.
He's probably mixing it up with someone else.
Oh, Colin wanted to talk about Long Island.
Yeah, a little about Long Island.
Where Anthony and I are from.
Killers and
where
the
Anthony still lives.
Home invaders. Yes, I'm like the salmon. You know, I left, but then I got to swim back.
Yes.
and just come back to
Well,
Long
the best
Island.
one. First of all, I'm going to. My plan is to shoot all my movies on Long Island.
Oh.
like the old Hal Holbrook.
That's very good. Yes,
I got all kinds of. I got
Hal
all kinds of
Holbrook.
scripts. And the greatest Long Island movie, of course, of all time is Goodfellas.
Ah, well.
Even though they shot that in Staten Island, let's face it.
Was it Staten Island? Yeah, yeah.
But that's, just that whole Island Park, and Valley Stream, early.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Early 80s.
Near Kennedy Airport, kind of a thing. Idlewild.
It was Long Island.
Idlewild Airport.
Colin loves Long Island. I don't know why.
It's
my favorite thing when he references
it. Represents everything about America is in Long Island.
Well, we brought up
the dream and the fall.
You brought up during the break the fact that I was talking about this home invasions and serial killer, and Colin's lambasting me you're talking about Long Island like it's 1970.
Yeah,
the idealistic suburbia of New York City, but it's been crime ridden for years.
Yeah, it has. It's really it's got so many derelicts in Long Island. It's just really insane.
Yeah,
and even everybody from Long Island knows it. Everybody says oh.
You really have to pick your areas now when you move to Long Island. Yeah. And years ago, it used to be you just went to Long Island. You moved there, it was going to be nice. There were a couple of areas you had to watch for. I think Wyandanch has always been a little iffy.
The Danch has always been bad.
The Danch. Colin is dubbing Wyandanch the Danch, and I think that should take off.
And the Velt.
The Velt, Roosevelt. The Velt for Roosevelt, which is very... a lot of crime going on there.
Yes, it's always been brutal.
Yeah, very bad. But it's one of those things. It's sort of we remember it as being kind of the nice suburban. Hey, we're going. I remember as a kid going on a field trip into New York City, and it was we're going to the city. This is danger. Going to the Museum of Natural History. Look out, Upper West Side.
Yeah,
and but it was always this element of it's the city. I always heard about the dangers and the.
I remember.
And the shit.
I remember a class trip to the Museum of Natural History with my class.
Yeah,
and I just remember. Half the kids immediately yo, the minute we got on the train, I was this nice kid, we're going to the museum. I really hate it, but I'll suffer through it. And half the kids, bust out immediately on the train. Then all the Puerto Rican kids are, making out on the dinosaurs. These kids are 12 years old. They're, making out on the dinosaurs and shit. I was wow, everybody's really...
And you're trying to be a good kid through this whole thing?
Suffering through it. I was what the...
God damn. See, that's something I never said. Where were you? Where'd you go to school that happened?
That was at IS 88.
Oh, see, okay. That's
Brooklyn,
a little different than
Street.
Cuba Hill Elementary School.
Cuba Hill?
It's a road called Cuba Hill. It had nothing to do with Cuba, but it was Cuba Hill Elementary School.
It's not much of a hill either, by the way.
No, it's a little fucking mound that the school is on. But that's where I went.
Jesus Christ, he knows it too?
Yes.
All white.
This is Long Island shit.
All white except for one kid named Smitty Dunbar. And Smitty Dunbar used to always ask me for a stick of gum every time I saw him. Because I used to, gum was like fucking cigarettes in prison or money on the outside world. If you had a stick of gum, and he would kind of shake me down for a stick of gum. Yep. And he'd only be like, yo, you got a stick?
Yo, I could get a stick of gum.
I'd be like, he would just say stick. You got a stick? I'd be like, yes, here you go. I'd give it to him because I didn't want to be the guy that got pummeled by the only black guy, Smitty Dunbar.
Dunbar? You can't get beat up by a guy named Dunbar.
Nah, Smitty Dunbar was the only black guy, yeah.
Was he scary?
No, but he was the only black guy in my school. Yeah. So he, by default, he was the scary guy.
Well, that's the other illusion that people live under. It's the black kids are prejudiced against. When there's one or two black kids in the school, they're the homecoming king. It's he experienced racism. It's no, they revere these kids. They're banging the cheerleader. Come on. Come on. Can we quit living in 1940 for a minute, live in reality?
We had lame black guys in my high school.
You did?
Lame, fake black guys.
Well, that was...
I tell the story all the time. I played a lot of basketball, and then we went to Wyandanch to play them. And then I'm looking at the black guys for some comfort. Okay, you understand this world, right? And they're shaking and just as scared as we were when we played these animals.
Opie went to school in the whole
Harborfield
neighborhood.
Harborfield High School.
It was North Shore, Long Island, beach community people.
Right.
So you had houses that were very close to the North Shore beaches, which... that a lot of people from money. You're not getting a lot of diversity in that school.
Our black kids were barely in the ghetto, just over the border, but not deep enough in the ghetto to really understand the black culture.
You had to go down,
help us out when we were playing these other black schools.
You had to go past the tracks in Greenlawn.
You know where.
Opie just wanted them to. He's like, hey guys, take care of this.
Could you just fucking take care of
it? We would pull into Amityville and Wyandanch to play basketball. They had curfews back then. No one was allowed out when the sun went down, and we're playing a fucking game at 4 in the afternoon in the middle of winter, so it's already dark. And we were scared shitless, and I obviously lost these games easily.
Of course you did.
I remember a guy named Cornelius. I forgot his last name.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I swear to God, that was his name.
What was his wife's name?
And he would walk around harbor fields like...
No way a kid
I swear to God.
named Cornelius.
Swear to God.
Just stop
and
it.
I do know his last name, but I'm going to keep it out of the story.
What was his doctor's name?
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Did he ever visit the Statue of Liberty?
Well, here goes the story. Doesn't matter about the story anymore. But he would walk around Harbor Fields High School like he was Walt Frazier. Like that.
Yeah, really?
That I'm the coolest, baddest black guy around. And then we went and played Amityville and Wine Dance. And he would sit on the bench. I'm like, yo, what happened to the coolness of you and your badass attitude? We need a little of that right now.
Sure.
There's Opie. Help me, Cornelius! Help me!
Yeah.
I think Opie should have a little more sympathy for these guys. These brothers were trying to act cool, then they show up in the dance.
That was rough.
The dance is this crazy place.
The dance. The dance.
The dance.
I am so always calling it
Amityville,
that now.
man.
Amityville's another one. Everyone thinks of Amityville across the country. You hear Amityville, what are you thinking? Amityville Horror, The House, white people, scary ghosts. There's another word for scary ghosts, but I won't use it.
That's what you think back in the Ticketron days, anyway.
Ticketron.
I don't think anybody knows about Amityville Horror anymore.
That's how the Lutzes kept the blacks out of the house. He said there were ghosts. They didn't break in.
I got one more school.
Lord.
One more school we had to play that scared the shit out of us.
Wait,
Malvern.
Malvern
was a scary
little
place,
known
too.
Malvern.
Where the fuck is Malvern? I don't even remember. It's been so long.
It's the little known. It's like
Nassau County
it's
somewhere?
right up there with Newcastle. I think it's right
Go
there.
there.
Malvern was a fucking scary school to play, too.
No.
Can I point out how stupid you are?
What?
I'll do it after.
No, that's all I
I
had.
don't know. Just Colin's stupid.
Why is Colin stupid?
Yeah.
He's a big Broadway fucking star.
Stupid.
Why?
Why? What did he say?
Nothing.
Oh, my God.
Somebody just thinks they know more than they do. That's all.
Oh, this is about Ted Bundy?
Yeah, well, you know a lot about Long Island.
Yeah, but you've been
shit.
calling him Al Bundy. Someone said.
No way. He called him Ted Bundy.
Someone said you called him
No
Al
one
Bundy.
called him Al
None of us picked up on
If I slipped up and said Al Bundy, it was a little verbal thing.
I slipped.
apologizes.
How about I slip?
Yeah, what about Islip there, Colin?
Worse.
What do you got on
Central
Islip?
Islip. I used to live there.
Jesus Christ.
I got in trouble there, and that was considered a very black area, even when I was a kid. So
CI?
CI.
Yeah.
CI. And they used to have...
Buddy McGirt is from there, I think.
Really? Yeah. It was a scary place. When I was a kid, I used to live in the apartments right on Hawthorne Avenue. And the high school, we used to sometimes go up, me and my little friends would go to the high school on Saturday to watch the football games from Central Islip High School. It was like watching the NFL play children.
Yeah.
There was the Central Islip guys were giant guys, and all their cheerleaders were just real dark black chicks.
Yeah.
And they do these dances that the other cheerleaders were frightened of. And one of them, I remember, they would go, "Ooh, Ungawa, we got the CI power. Ooh, Ungawa."
No way.
And they do this
No
sidestep
fucking way.
No,
like
but
Zulu dance. It was crazy.
No fucking
Well,
I'm
even
not
the girls,
shitting
when
you.
I played in St. Saviour's, they would be Ungawa. Saviour's got the power.
We got the
They were
CI
white girls.
power. It was insanity.
Chris Rock used to tell me when he went to high school, Boys High, you know, which was even among all the hood schools, that was like the bad one.
Yeah.
And he said the cheerleaders, the whole stands would join in. We will rob you. And then the cheerleaders would go, when I get that feeling, I go rob and then steal. And even the other black high schools are like, whoa. It was in the middle of Bed-Stuy.
Oh, he went to a bad school?
But my brothers, yeah. But my brother went to Bishop Ford, which is a Catholic school. But they would, in the middle of this cheer, the Xaverian, you know, that's like a Brooklyn Catholic, like, pretty good school or whatever. All the mob kids went there. It was like,
Oh,
and
nice.
then in the middle of the cheer, they go, now I go to Xaverian. And they do a split and go, whoops, I'm a fairy. And all they'd be saying like, oh. Imagine today, they'd be like thrown
Holy
out for like
shit,
hate
of
crimes.
course they would. Hate
Like
crimes
50-year-old girls
against...
calling those school fairies. They call it Xaverian.
I got to see some cheers now. If you can find a good one, Danny, that'd
Oh,
be great.
yeah, look at
And
this. There's a bunch of black
Norton is
chicks in
chomping at the bit. You got the Ted Bundy info
Oh,
there?
no, whatever.
No, we're ready for it.
He's
We're ready
just
to make Colin look
He's
stupid.
a simple man.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever, guys.
No, because I said that he was pulled over, but apparently Colin thought a manhunt ensued.
I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Okay, good.
Give me the info.
No, you tell me, and maybe you're...
The time he got arrested in Florida, you're talking about the final one? Or the time he got arrested in Colorado?
As I said earlier, Mr. Backpedal, the final one in
That
Florida.
was Florida.
Yes, I know it was.
He was
put to death.
he kidnapped a 14-year-old girl in Lake Grove, Florida.
Okay.
She was missing. Then I don't know what happened.
The last girl he killed, he raped. He put her face in the mud and raped her. She was 12, and he threw her under a pig shed.
Jesus.
And he got pulled over.
Shit.
Yeah, he was terrible. He had this reputation as a gentleman, but he got pulled over.
Not after that.
On February 12th, he stole another Volkswagen Beetle, left Tallahassee. He was heading west across the Panhandle on Florida. On February 15th, shortly after 1 a.m., Bundy was stopped by Pensacola police officer. Blah, blah. When the officer called in to check the license plate, the vehicle came up as stolen.
All right, Bill Curtis.
Bundy then scuffled with the officer before he was finally subdued. So there, it was just a random stop.
It
or maybe
was.
he was a traffic violation, like
Let's
I said.
talk about something more pleasant. I'm trying to get a movie made called Hearts and Diamonds, and also Results, and also my own movies, immigration movies. And, if you guys want to kick in a few million, I'd really like to start. We can start shooting out in Long Island anytime you like.
Time to back Colin.
Yeah, it really is. This is a good time to put
He's
money
hot
into
right
Colin.
now.
Let's fucking back that horse.
Yeah.
We're out on Long Island. Where are you looking at? Where you you're fucking scoping out locations?
Where can we shoot?
Ronkonkoma?
I don't know.
Get the lake
Ronkonkoma
in there.
could be good for a couple of them, yeah.
Get the lake in there and everything. Maybe some South Shore, Bay Shore, white trash places.
Well, yeah. Plus
Those
one of the
dockside bars.
OTB is almost out of business except in Long
Amazing.
Island. So that's where I would
Oh,
shoot
it's still
that.
running on Long Island?
It's still running in the city, but it's almost under. But I mean,
But what about Long Island?
Long Island's always going to be. There's always going to be one in Hicksville.
I used to go to the one in Comac all the time in Comac. It was right next to the place I worked and right next to the bar I went to. So we would go for lunch. We'd leave the place we worked, True Mechanical, air conditioning and heating, of course, my forte. And then we'd go to the bar, get some drinks for lunch, and then work with heavy machinery. But as we're drinking, we'd go over and make a few bets. We make a few bets, go back to the bar, and see if we won, and then go back to the fucking heavy cutting metal machines and welding things and giant rollers, drunk off our asses.
Drunk and angry because you just lost.
And man, because we lost, fucking hard. There's always this guy. I played the triple, the A, the C, and the F. I wheeled it, and then the A and the F came in, but then the D came in, the C with, and then I had the D with the B. Yeah. It's like, you fucking lost, right? You fucking lost. They always have a story of how close they came to winning.
Exactly. That's what it's about. I had the 4 with the 6.
You just see old guys with the program rolled up in their hand, smacking their other hand. Da! Da! All mad at themselves. I love it. You get such a great fucking vibe in a Long Island OTB.
My friend Mike Reynolds is another big guy. He's a comedian, but he's like a big gambler growing up.
Degenerate.
Oh, yeah. One time he's at the track, and he said the race, everybody screams right during the race, and then it just gets real quiet after every little.
Yeah.
And he heard one guy goes, in the middle of this crowd, he didn't even say who said it, he just heard a voice go, "Fuck you, God, you Jew fuck." Fuck you, God. You Jew fuck.
God should have been looking out for him that day.
Oh,
obviously.
Shit. He had to have gotten a laugh. God damn. Oh, nothing.
I think everybody just agreed, yeah.
Are you amazed OTB's going under? We've talked about it on our show. That's impossible. Yeah. No bookie loses money.
Leave it to the fucking,
leave it to the state
or the city.
It's unbelievable.
To fuck that up.
To fuck up a book making
And you expect
operation.
them to run like the transit authority and all that other shit that's legitimate.
Right.
Like if they can't run a bookie joint, which always makes money.
Yeah.
How are you going to run fucking transportation and fucking infrastructure and all that shit? That's why the taxes go up, service goes down, because they can't even run a fucking horse race operation.
Exactly.
The mob did it.
They stole the idea from the mob, and they can't even pull it off.
They can't do it because the mob knew you don't put 10 guys in charge of something one guy could do.
Right.
You start whacking some people out. You got to whack them out.
Yeah.
Cut down on the overhead. But no, they'll put 10 redundant jobs. And that's with everything in New York. You think the transit authority needs every person they have working for them in management and whatnot, making all those giant fucking paychecks? No. But they keep them on because of the unions or whatever. But it's like, it's 10 levels deep of redundancy that we're paying for, and then they can't figure out where the money's going. And why I, as a Long Islander who does not take the fucking railroad, and even if I do, I pay for it. I drive in, I pay taxes on every aspect of my vehicle. Now I have to pay a transit tax on top of that because a train goes near my area. It's astounding and infuriating to me that this shit happened. I'm so glad. And if the fucking Democrats pull that shit with this fucking tax bill, They load it up. Just load it up with earmarks and pork and bullshit that has nothing to do with the fucking thing. And then they want the estate tax, because they're kind of mad now that the Bush-era tax breaks. Yeah, I'm freaking out. Bush-era tax breaks. Looks like it's going to pass. It looks like we're going to be good for another couple of years without having to pay giant amounts of taxes.
Where's the period? Where's the period?
Now, there is no period.
All right, keep going.
There is no period.
Holy shit, he's on a roll.
But now they're pissed off and want the estate tax raised. They're not happy with you dying. They want to take half your fucking money when you're dead. And by the way, all that shit that you have when you're dead, you already bought it with taxed money. And they want half your shit. And they say that it's too generous now, that they have to increase it. Who votes for these fucking people? Thank you. Woo! I'm done. Good one. You tell him, Anthony. Tell him. No, it just gets me very angry.
Right. With that, we're going to take a break.
I get infuriated.
Yeah, like you said, it just goes into the.
Yeah, well, let's take a break. 10 people on Twitter. It's I am Colin Quinn. Gives you all the Broadway info.
It sure does.
And the Broadway show is still happening. It's doing great. Yeah. It's been extended through February, the first week of February.
Jim wants to complain about my Twitter.
No, I don't.
Well, we could do that after the break, and then after that, I think Colin's going to be hitting the road with this. It's pretty obvious he's going to hit a few more cities with this thing.
Look, she put a bra over her head.
That's crazy.
She's going to get fired.
That's the Morning Joe. You can't do that.
No.
And then and that's it. When does HBO come a calling? And we throw this on HBO for everybody.
HBO's acting like they're going to come a calling. There's no closed deal yet. But they're acting like
it's obvious. This will end up on HBO. Carrie Fisher's one man.
One man.
Well, honestly, we saw her recently, so I did not make a mistake there. Her one man show made it.
Why is she into
HBO.
Leslie activities?
She was actually really cool. I shouldn't even.
She's great.
We had a lot of fun with her. All right, more with Colin Quinn, but first, Larry King's last night on TV. So we're taking a little look back here for everybody. Hang with Colin Quinn, big Broadway star. And we got a Penthouse Pet coming in.
Yeah, she's
in about a half hour or so, right?
She's here.
Oh, she's here?
Yeah.
I heard 9:30. All right, whatever. Figure that out. Well, there was something we were going to talk about right after the break.
Oh, my European tour.
Colin wants to go to Europe with the big Broadway show.
You know, people are going all over the world now with stand-up comedy. Do you ever go to those places?
No, they hate Americans. Fuck them. I never leave the States.
I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be like the Dixie Chicks. I'm going to go up there and go, we're so ignorant, man. You guys really have it figured out.
Yeah, that's why I don't like that. Gets that cheap slut applause.
You get it figured out over here, man.
They really do.
You got to bash the U.S. when you're over here.
Yeah, that's what they all do, right?
It's good. You get applause.
Meanwhile, they colonized the whole planet, fucking Britain. They really annoy me with
They tried over here. That didn't quite pan out.
That's right.
Did it?
Fucking right.
Speaking of my show, I believe
know. See? Yeah, long story short, Colin Quinn, Helena's Theater.
It is going to be
Tickets
interesting.
Available at the local ticket kiosk at the Nickelodeon.
You want to take that to Philadelphia, but if you're not you want to take it to Atlantic City. I mean, that's a great place for a show.
Why Atlantic City?
Hey, you know what? That's what I like about Jim. He reaches for the stars.
Because you can really...
You want to take it 40 feet away.
Go see the fucking Anti-Social Network with Brewer and Norton and Burren and Tell. January 15th, cocksucker. The Seats on the Late Show. The 11 o'clock show has been sold out.
That's me, all right.
Guys, we got very good news coming out of Oregon, by the way. Very good news. Christmas trees must be surrounded by other symbols at Oregon School District. We got one of these stories every year.
Oh, yeah.
In an effort to remain neutral, students at a public school district reportedly won't see a Christmas tree by itself, but it may spot the holiday symbol alongside other religious decorations.
I don't mind that,
God.
as long as they don't take the tree down. If they want to, I hate when they take the tree down because it's offensive. But you want to stick a menorah and whatever the fucking other stuff is, good.
Why? So you think a fucking Islamic crescent is fine next to the fucking tree?
I prefer that to them taking the tree down, because those are the options.
Shut up.
A Kwanzaa cinder block. It's an old Reginald Denny joke. Don't all laugh at once. Poor Reginald Denny.
They don't call me the inclusion kid for no reason. Kid inclusive.
Well, exclude me out.
There's been a dozen court cases over this whole damn thing.
They waste the time and resources again.
Well, they're arguing this shit in court. What should be on the Christmas tree every year?
Because
and now they got guidelines.
Great.
Yeah.
How about, since we're talking about inclusion and diversity and acceptance and inclusion and all that fun stuff, Why don't I punch this little story up? I love this one. This was my favorite story of the day that Danny was kind enough to
Speaking of Oregon, Jim Norton's going to be at the Helium in Portland.
Oh yes. Really? My date got moved.
He goes, oh, yes.
Patton Oswalt. I think they put in Patton Oswalt.
There it is.
Little fuckers.
Oh, good. Yeah, I just got it.
Ooh.
I just got that one. Apparently, there's a strip club in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
And this gentleman put up a sign in front of his business that says, "No Negroes allowed." No Negroes allowed. He said it's his business. He's had enough problems with black people over the years that he feels it's his right to put this sign up, even though it violates civil laws that have been in place since 1964. But he's putting a "No Negroes Allowed" sign up, and his business isn't open yet. Once it does open, he will be held responsible for this legally. He had to put it inside his establishment. People were a little angry. But by the looks of the sign, Danny brought this up earlier, it looks like something happened with a black guy 5 minutes before he put the sign up. Like, it's written in Sharpie. It's just ripped out of a piece of paper. He probably got cut off in traffic and went, "Bah, fuck it."
I guess in hindsight, I guess Kinko's probably wouldn't print up a "No Negroes Allowed" sign for you.
Can I get some "No Negroes Allowed" signs? I need it for my business in an hour.
They sold them out. Some asshole in Long Island had to ship them to his mansion.
Wiped out the warehouse, did you?
He put them on every door in his house.
It's a whole pallet.
You guys are
signs in your backyard.
Has there been a black person step foot in your house yet?
Patrice O'Neill has been in my house.
Why was he there?
A party.
Oh.
It was a party. I think you were there. Weren't you there for that one?
I've never seen the house.
You were never at my house for
It's
a
a
party?
real nice one.
No. He goes, it's a real nice one.
It's a nice one.
I wouldn't have came anyway, but thanks.
Well, you know what?
I got an open invite.
You got an open invite.
See, you laugh at the open invite, too. Thank you, Colin.
The open
invite is a
Mi
crock of
casa
shit.
es su casa. No, this summer I'm sure I'll be having a lot of
I'm sure walking in there was like
parties.
the beginning of Get Smart.
Yeah,
like
well,
8 gates.
There are a few things you have to go through.
A couple of guard dogs.
Yeah. There's the perimeter cameras.
It's like trying to break into Auschwitz.
Well, breaking out was a little harder.
Anthony, we got our Dr. Steve wine in front of us. That's what we want to do after the break.
Oh, right.
Our Christmas gifts are coming in, Colin. Every day we get gifts from listeners and people involved with the show.
That's very nice of them.
And Dr. Steve, brave enough to send Ant and I a bottle of wine.
Oh.
This is a guy that has tried year after year to send us wine, and we've done nothing but lambast him over his horrid selections. At least now he's sending wine that he bought and not his own home-brewed bathtub wine.
And so you're saying hard selections.
Well, yeah, usually.
Well, 2 dirtbags from Suffolk County know about fucking wine all of a sudden.
Wine connoisseur.
Well, that's why, Colin, you're right. We go to wine.com.
Wine.com.
And if this isn't a $50 bottle of wine.
Right.
And let me tell you something.
Online, by the way, you know.
This is classic Opie, by the way.
What?
To get a gift of wine, and I never would have thought to go to wine.com to see how much they spent on it.
Right. I've thrown a lot of bottles away over the years.
But sometimes I thought, I used to work in a liquor store. I used to be a clerk at a liquor store.
Oh, where?
And,
Please give us a town.
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn? Wow,
And,
brave bastard.
So anyway, but it was Park Slope. It's nice.
Park Slope. Okay.
And but anyway, I started to see the wines, and all the different wine people would come in. There'd be some wine people, and the cheaper bottles of wine are sometimes the best ones.
Yeah, I know.
That's what
it's
they
all about
say.
marketing.
But
67 Wine says that on Columbus Avenue.
Yeah.
You could go through there, and there's a lady, that's all she does is show you the cheaper wines, and they go, this is just as good, but no one knows about it, so we can't charge $100 a bottle.
I want to be the guy that goes, it's like everything else.
But you know what, Colin?
I'm the you get what you pay for guy.
I'm still about wine.com, and this better be fucking some cash.
I've noticed
So
with wines,
let's put this in wine.com and find out.
Why don't you get
Personally, I've
reviews
noticed-
on it instead of what it costs?
Fuck that. It's all about the cost.
The more it costs, the better it is. I've
You
noticed.
guys really are fucking Long Island. Like, what do they call
Snobby
it?
now.
Not it's all
White
about the
trash.
cost. Yeah,
It's all about the cost.
What they call it, like
Jewish?
no, where it's
Nouveau riche.
Ostentatious. Nouveau riche.
Ostentatious and nouveau riche.
Nouveau riche. It's like, how much it cost?
Nouveau
You guys
riche.
are like those fucking mob guys that are like, it's very classy. It's a fine cognac.
It's all about class over here on Long Island, where
It's
I'm from.
class.
Nassau County, it's all about class.
But Dice, let me ask you something. Do you like wine?
I love an occasional glass of wine. I sit down and drink it with my hooers. Hey, give me the expensive bottle, Kenny. Give the whore, just pour grape juice in the dog bowl for the bitch. Like I care. I already fucked her. Drink my goo. It's a fine vintage. It's got nice legs. My cum. I got wine for you. Have a little French bukkake. Fucking Dice. I'm a wine connoisseur.
Oh, fuck. We got a dilemma.
How much? Oh, the computer freeze? What happened?
It's right on the border.
What?
On the border or what?
I only bring home bottles that are $50 and above, and we're looking at about a
Jesus Christ.
$42.
That's a lot of money for a bottle of wine.
You know what it would go in a
$46.
restaurant? In a restaurant, you'd be
That's
paying
twice
a lot
that.
for that. Twice
Easy.
it. Double it. It's a fucking $90 bottle
Double?
of wine. At least, right?
How about those guys? Try 4.
Double.
Try 5 times.
Those guys.
The guy doesn't know anything, but he's like, double. Try 5 times.
Just double it. I love that one.
Doesn't really know. But he's like,
No, he has no
Double.
clue. He has no
try,
clue.
try 300.
Try.
50
And then everybody's got to look at him like, yeah. Yeah.
knows.
He knows because he's sitting there. I don't know what.
The way he said it, so sure of himself.
Yeah.
Danny, is that the sale price?
Shit.
Is that the sale price, hopefully?
Danny,
I kind of want to bring this one home.
Well, it just really kind of
Danny
depends
Shelby.
on where you get it from. I mean, look, if you get it from this place, it's a $50 bottle.
Find out how much the wine costs, Danny.
You know how good. I mean, when that movie came out, he was a joke. I remember seeing that movie going, oh, this guy's in it, fucking sitcom guy.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
other great stars that I love are hip. And he fucking stole that movie.
Killed. Danny, sit down, Dan. How about a Fresca?
Chevy Chase, Bill Murray at their peak, Rodney Dangerfield at his peak, and this bastard came in from a sitcom and fucking stole
They're
that
from a
shit.
horrible sitcom.
Yeah, and he
It's
stole-
Glory Days with Mary Tyler Moore, but that was
Too close for
years
comfort,
ago.
you mean?
Yeah.
Too close for comfort.
Yeah.
That was good, Donna Dixon.
With the girls that were supposed to be attractive.
The girl
but
from the
kinda
Warriors,
weren't.
she was hot.
Was she hot, really?
Warriors.
You know
Yeah.
what? I
was
watched
all
the Warriors recently and saw her, and
Not so much, Colin.
not so hot. Maybe back in the day, as they called it.
Yeah.
The day.
Yeah. Donna Dixon was nothing to sneeze at.
She wound up with Dan Aykroyd?
She's held up nicely. Then again, she's standing next to Dan Aykroyd. She looked great.
Anthony, official ruling?
Yeah, you're taking it home?
I'm taking it home.
Yeah.
It
Why
just
don't you read
passes.
some reviews on it?
I don't need a
It just
review or
passes.
anything. It's in a bottle, and it's got alcohol in it.
Exactly.
I'm in.
If you handed him cologne, he'd take delicious.
I love it. Now, Dr. Steve, good job. Job well done, Dr. Steve. Thank you.
You think he was sweating it out?
He was definitely sweating it out for a little while.
Thank
but
you, Dr.
I
Steve.
think
I
he
appreciate
knew.
it,
I
yeah.
think he knew.
He knows he has to go 50.
Did you guys already talk about that guy who shot up Florida?
Oh, we talked about him
Well,
yesterday.
the lady,
but yeah.
Ginger's a
The
classic.
lady is the dumbest woman I've ever
The
seen.
lady with the purse trying to knock the gun out of his hand and missing horribly.
Patrice was saying yesterday, was it Patrice that was saying, calling it like a movie? Like it was like a movie? Movie person? Yeah.
Everyone was
was
playing
in-
a part in a movie during that whole thing.
Yeah, everyone thought they were in a movie. The guy with the gun, the guy that was talking to him behind the fucking counter thing, the
No, how
desk.
about the other guy like this?
Yeah. And then the woman with the fucking purse, he tells her to leave, she leaves.
Yeah.
And then she slowly pokes out, like tiptoeing with her pocketbook, smashes his hand with the gun, nothing happens. And then she let out that "I'm gonna die" scream. You ever hear that scream in videos? That "I'm dead"? She let that one out. And then the guy just looked at her like, "Hey, dummy!"
And he didn't even hit her. He's just like, "Old
he's just
lady."
like, would you stop with your purse?
I think it's part of the YouTube generation. She
Yeah.
wants to be on YouTube.
She wanted to be a YouTube sensation, I think.
She would have been.
She certainly would. Either way, if he dropped the gun or if she would have gotten her head blown off,
Yes, exactly.
she would have been a sensation.
He's just like looked at it like,
That's a dumb move. Like, why? What? And then she goes, well, I was looking at my friends and colleagues up there, and all they had was a pencil and a binder as a weapon. I was like, pencil and binder beats the shit out of your dumb pocketbook.
Now, Anthony, what would have happened if he showed up at your house with that little pea shooter?
Well, I'll tell you.
You break out the Mossberg first?
The second... the Mossberg would have been a nice...
what do you have, like a Desert Eagle and
right
all that kind of shit?
I got a Desert Eagle. Oh, yeah, I got Desert Eagle. Right. It's huge. It makes a great noise. I would have first had to assess the situation and seen if my life or somebody else's life was in danger, in imminent danger of being taken. And when I did see that...
You really don't want to lose that license, do you?
I would have, or my freedom. I would have then had to have done my duty as an armed American, as a legally armed citizen.
Have you ever found yourself just traipsing around the house? Like, how many times a year are you, like, just naked or in your... I assume you wear Speedo underwear.
Always and only.
And just walking around with, like, a fucking gun, like, 3 in the morning?
I always have my gun on me at home.
But when
constantly.
But when you just because it's fun to walk around with it.
Well, I will give it that. It is kind of fun.
It? Like here?
A holster. Either pants holster, in the pants holster. Sometimes if I'm just going down to get some water, I'll gangsta style down the front of my fucking pants. You know,
what about knives? Do you have knives?
Nah, fuck no. When you got a gun, why have a knife?
Oh, it's fun knives.
Nah, knives they're messy, very dangerous if you go up against somebody because now you're fighting somebody, and if they get the knife, now you're fucked. No, that's the gun I got right there. That's one of them anyway. Big Desert Eagle. That's actual size right there, too. That thing is giant. I'll show you some videos later. It's great.
Breaking news, they're taking the search dogs back out to that beach on Long Island.
Go Beach?
That means they might feel like they have some more bodies.
They might.
To uncover.
See, and this is why. Let me explain to you why I am armed. I am an legally armed citizen.
You're not a chick. You don't have to worry about the serial killer.
No, you got to worry about other chicks, dig, man.
Dice the serial killer.
People are after me. I see. You see what happened up at Great Neck?
And you live by the beach. He could have drifted down.
They could, serial killers, home invaders, home invasions on Nassau County, huge. All right, there you go.
They're up 7% in the last 3 months.
Here it is, Desert Eagle. Oh, you hear the sound? It's wonderful.
I love it.
Oh, is it on?
Where is this? In the back of the house?
Versus.
Yeah, that's my backyard.
Yeah.
No, it's a
It's
range.
the extension, huh?
It's a range. I don't hit it as good as Keith did, but it makes a hell of a racket, and it really hurts your hand.
I'll tell you some fine camera. Wow.
Yeah, huh?
That's beautiful.
I wish that wasn't a fucking watermelon.
Yeah.
Right? You see, we were shooting watermelons.
Oh, you wish there was a hand attached to it.
Yeah, huh? This is the best one. This is Keith the Cop shooting one, and it's a watermelon up on some wooden blocks, and it just...
Whoa!
That literally would be somebody's head.
That's a nice shot.
That would be somebody's head. And we all laugh because gunfire is very funny.
Is Keith a good shot?
Yeah, Keith's really good. He's really good. He's great with a taser too.
How could you miss it? How could you miss it that distance?
Hey, you'd be surprised. Look at the guy. Look at the guy at the fucking school board meeting. He's
I was
3 feet away.
I was doing Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, look at me. I suck.
How could you miss it that difference? You had a problem when I did Anthony? No.
No. I'm a good shot. What do you want from me? You got a problem, Anthony?
He goes, how could you miss it this distance?
That is great.
That guy just gets shot and he goes, hey. His natural reaction.
What do you want from me?
There's always that one guy.
Good shot.
Say that.
What do you want from me? Good shot. Oh my God. So they're bringing dogs in. We got there'll probably be more bodies. If it's like what Ripken said, this guy's a hack. He's a hack serial killer.
What he said?
He's dumping his bodies. He's dumping his bodies in one spot. You're a hack.
Well, maybe he only has 4 there, and then he's got another 20 places.
Exactly. Maybe he ran out of spots.
Ripken is jealous.
Tell Ripken to shut the
He
fuck
is
up.
jealous. He can't do it anymore. He's looking at a
enjoy the
guy
mess hall.
who's at the top of his game now. Rifkin's a has-been.
Yep, a finished fool.
Yeah.
Rifkin is like the Michael Jordan. You got LeBron James out there killing people.
He could just comment on it and badmouth, but Nassau County search for a bedroom burglar. Hey, look at what the fuck's going on here, see? That's why I'm an armed citizen.
Let him come by your joint.
Oh, boy.
You don't have one of those ugly walls, though, do you?
What do you
Around
mean?
your property, like a cement
Oh,
wall.
no. It's wide open. Welcome.
No.
Come in.
Smart.
He only has them internally.
Yes.
You mean internally in his body?
Ugly walls, yes.
I do have surveillance, though. I have surveillance.
Yeah, no, I just meant as long as the house doesn't look,
Yeah.
you know, like one of those fucking...
I actually
because sometimes it's like you're in the prison yourself.
Well, I pop them up right here. As a matter of fact, I look at my house all day.
You do?
Yeah, I could just look at my driveway. I could look at my backyard, the front yard, the walkway. I see if people are delivering things.
Can you shoot people from here?
Actually, I have a remote control.
Yeah, he could shoot people right from here.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
It's got
That's
a
insane.
50 caliber Desert Eagle mounted on my roof.
Get out of
and
here.
I could run it,
He could shoot
and
people
I could
right from
shoot
here.
people right from any location in the country if somebody invades my house.
Is that true?
Yes.
Of course it's
What's wrong
not.
with you,
Look,
Colin?
I'm asking. The one guy...
Why would you give that away?
I'm talking to
Because
the one guy
Colin is
that would actually
retarded.
lie.
Why would you give that away?
You know why? Because if Colin thought it was true, other people listening would think it's true, and I'd be in trouble in 2 seconds.
Guess what? I thought it was true.
See?
Good.
And even Jim sort of wasn't sure if it wasn't true.
I was 100% sure.
That is completely illegal.
I wasn't sure if you were actually asking if it was true. I'm like, Colin couldn't be this big
I'm
of an
very
adult.
safe. My guns are all locked up.
you're in quite a mood. Just got off a plane.
I'm in a very good mood, but you have to wipe
I know.
under your nose before the girl comes in.
Breaking news. They
I
got
know you're in a good mood
Oh,
because
shit.
Breaking
6:11
news.
your plane landed and 7:01 you were here.
Yeah, oh, you heard.
breaking news. They got a suspect.
What?
Serial killer suspect.
No way.
It's a beach guy.
BS.
Jackie the Joke Man.
Yeah.
is the serial killer
Jackie
on Long
Marlin.
Island.
I thought it was Jackie
It's
or
Long
Laszlo.
Island. It's a guy that loves beaches. it's Jackie.
I thought it was Laszlo, too. He's down there, and with all the GTA shit he's put together.
between surfing, he's knocking off hookers?
Yeah, he's knocking off fucking hookers.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beach coma.
Yeah, it's Jackie.
Hi, Craigslist. I sent over a couple of hookers.
Jackie the Joke
She
Man.
called wife of husband called him a gentle giant.
There you go. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's the wife?
Now we know
She's
why
the one
he
that got
wanted to
viral.
kill himself.
She's fucking terrible.
She's horrendous.
She looks like Michael Moore. What an ugly, what a homely woman.
Oh, why would she wear that
I
wig?
think she's a handsome woman.
She is handsome.
Oh,
yes.
she's a homely woman.
Wow. And she's not all that upset.
Would you be? That big fat husband of yours?
I
told
guess
us
not.
I'll be honest with you. She looks a little like JN with long hair.
Yeah.
Ah, you think? A little Norton?
One of the funniest things, I was reading Norton's book again, his first book.
Read your book?
He describes him and the hooker looking at each other.
What?
You know where he's going here.
Him and the hooker looking at each other and realizing neither one of them wanted to be with somebody.
We looked like each other, and it was a really weird moment. Like, it was uncomfortable. And we both just realized that we looked like each other. Like, we didn't say it, but we both just knew. Like, that's what was wrong.
I was sitting in my house reading it, laughing to myself for like 5 minutes.
God damn, that is
that
so
is
fucking
great.
funny.
And in this pilot, there's an end to the pilot which I won't give away, but I was crying at the end. The surprise ending.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
It was
I
such a
gotta
great
fucking-
surprise, but it was really. So I was crying.
Fuck, that's funny.
I mean, it's a genius.
Why don't we do this?
I love it.
We should take a break so we get Nikki Benz in here from
Yes.
Penthouse. Penthouse Pet of the Year?
Yeah, she's fantastic.
No
Hey,
shit.
now,
Don't leave.
was that a year ago already?
What happened?
Where the last Penthouse Pet of the Year I went on a date with?
That's
What?
right.
That wasn't a year ago already.
It was,
Was it
cold
cold
They
weather?
met after that.
How was the date?
I think it was.
No, I think it was.
Hubba hubba.
Hey, Dice, how was your date?
Hey, it was nice. She was a real nice hooah. Very sweet, cute. You know, my cup of tea. I took her home. A goosh, whack the bag, pinch the helmet, whack the bag. I was like, I'm done. I got mine. Get yours. Hey, take some banana juice with you. A goosh.
It's not even like an impression. It's like it overtakes him.
It really does.
It's like an
I
exorcist.
channel Dice.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't do an
That's what it's like.
impersonation. I channel
You really
Dice.
do.
All right, we go to break. E-Rock's going to have something terrific for everyone because I know that's what he does. So we'll get the Penthouse Pet of the Year on
Nikki Benz,
next.
yes.
Nikki Benz.
Sarcasm.
Colin Quinn is in studio, a big Broadway star. Go to, I don't know, go somewhere to get your tickets.
That's one man show will make him a big star.
What are you waiting for? If you're going to be in New York, make sure you check out the show. Simple as that. I am Colin Quinn on Twitter. Got a busy show today. Colin Quinn in studio.
Yes.
Jim Norton.
Broadway's
Back
own
from L.A.
Colin Quinn.
Colin, what were you saying about Jim Norton coming back from L.A.? You're obsessed with this thing.
I just think that the fact I'm not obsessed with the fact
Was it
that-
complimentary?
No.
Was it?
Just the fact that he got off the plane at 6:11, he got in the studio at 7:01. I just think that's a fascinating story. He's a real fucking raconteur.
It wasn't as bad as the story I told the driver. I told you before we were coming in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, when Opie and Anthony were on the afternoons, I would come in, and I would always be running late, but you couldn't make a left on 8th.
That's a good story.
That was the end of the. As I said it, I was just humiliated. I'm like, why would I even think that?
The driver's like, "What did you just say to me?" I'm fucking. It's 6:30 in the morning. I have to work this job, and you have to ruin my already tedious life with that shitty story.
Here was the driver's answer. See, he shot himself.
He didn't even like fake interest. That's how you know a story stinks when a man is depending on a tip from you, and he doesn't fake interest.
Did he just turn up the radio? Did he just turn up NPR?
He acted like he was driving alone.
Hey,
that's terrible.
You hear what's going on in New York? They want a dress code for the cabbies. They're going to be voting on this shit.
But they have no details.
No detail.
Well, they don't have any kind of dress code.
They sort of have a dress. No, they have a dress code right now. They don't want them wearing tank tops or underpants without pants.
Without pants, so you can't.
That's their dress code, basically.
That's it.
Yeah.
And they want to pump that up a little bit and make them look a little nicer than that, even. Holy shit, Nikki Benz.
Well, they can't. First of all, the Sikhs, you know.
Nikki Benz entering the studio.
She's lovely.
Penthouse Pet of the Year, Nikki Benz.
Hello.
Live in our studio. Hi, Nikki.
All right. Let's get our wows out of the way. Wow.
Holy moly.
Hey, how you been?
Hello.
You got nice bosoms.
I got nice bosoms.
You got very nice bosoms.
Well, thanks so much.
You like her bosoms, Jimmy?
She's a very lovely girl.
Very lovely.
Oh my
Colin?
God!
Where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up, Nikki?
Colin's creepy eyes.
Why you got creepy eyes, Colin?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have creepy eyes, Nikki,
It's
but
all
you know.
right.
I'm instantly starting my cock blocking, by the way. Have you noticed? Colin's creepy eyes.
Yeah.
Jimmy, don't touch. Ew, Opie, shut up. Ew.
Where did you grow up?
In Toronto.
Canada.
Are you a big
I
fan
love
of
Canada.
Snow?
Love
He's my favorite
Canadians.
musician.
No. I thought that's I know one song by him. And
Yeah,
that's it.
that's all
Yeah.
anybody knows,
Yeah,
I think, by him.
Yeah.
What's the song?
Informer.
I know.
Informer.
Oh, so you're a little snowbird there. You're, you
I
like the
don't-
cold weather?
No, see, I'm allergic to cold, so I moved to LA.
Allergic to cold.
Yeah.
What would it make you do? Like,
I just don't like it.
oh, okay, that's different.
Where do you live in L.A.?
Obviously, it swells up your bosom.
Whoa.
That's the type of humor you get on this show,
I
Colin.
even wore a pretty bra for you.
Wait, can you move the microphone?
It's a pretty bra, right?
That is a very
Nikki.
pretty
Yes, it
bra,
is.
but the
Thank
shoulder
you.
straps are like the cables on the Verrazano.
move the mic so I could get. I'm going to tweet this. You know. Oh my God!
Wow.
She smells very good, too.
Of course she does.
Girls always smell
Penthouse
good.
Pet.
Wow,
Jesus.
it's very blurry because I was shaking, but I'll still tweet it.
We'll do it again if you want.
Oh yeah, we will.
Oh,
Your photos are.
I love hearing her say that in other circumstances. Would you?
Yes.
You do it again if you want. Yeah, sure.
What's your Twitter? Because I want to, like, you know how you do that thing where I tweet you.
Yeah, my Twitter is at Nikki Benz, NIKKIBENZ.
One word.
Yes, sir.
All right, continue. I'm going to tweet.
These are some lovely. Your photos in this magazine are very, very revealing.
They are. You can see my whole
He goes.
Oh, your whole what?
my whole body.
No.
Yeah, I was looking at this before. It was very enjoyable
Well, I'm glad you like it.
to peruse.
It's a big honor to be the 2011 Penthouse Pet of the Year.
It certainly is.
How do they determine that? Is it like a voting, or do they just did the public vote on it, or is it just them?
It's a public
Casting
vote, and
people
of
are looking
course,
at you, that's all.
of course, it helps if Penthouse likes me too.
Yeah?
Yes.
I guess they like you, huh?
They love
Personality-wise?
me, yeah.
Are you good company girl? You go out there on the appearances? Look
Yeah,
at that.
I'm
We've done
fun.
it. Yeah.
So you don't mind someone looking at your photos while you're there?
No, please do.
That's great. Some girls get like bent out of shape.
I can even touch your hand while you're doing it.
Oh, thank you. She's massaging my wrist.
Hey, is it bosom or bosoms?
Boobies.
Bosoms.
Bosoms.
BOSOMS. You have lovely bosoms.
Yeah, I like to keep it current. Nice bosoms.
Yes.
All right,
just
we
like-
tweet that shit.
I'm just laughing because Norton goes, some girls get bent out of shape. I haven't heard that expression since 1981.
That really
That
was
is a good one.
That really was old manish.
Bent out of shape.
You're not a square like the other girls who come in here.
Some girls have a conniption. Don't have a hissy fit.
I will not have a conniption, I promise.
Oh, no. Hey, Paul from North Carolina wants us to ask you about your first anal scene,
Hey, Paul.
Sure.
which went down a month ago.
Oh.
It
Wait
did?
a minute.
Congratulations.
You do films?
Thank you. Yeah, of course I do
Yeah,
films,
exactly. We
yeah.
didn't know that. We just heard
We didn't
the
know that,
Penthouse
yeah.
thing.
That's
I think I'm the first Penthouse Pet of the Year that actually does hardcore. I believe. So,
Another round of applause for that one, let me tell you.
Yay.
Oh, man. So you did hardcore, you do, so your first anal. Why don't you walk us through that?
You just put it in there.
Wow.
No, it's actually a lot of prep. I will say this, though. This year, my butt hasn't been penetrated yet.
Oh, so you're kind of laying off.
But next year...
One hit wonder.
No, next year I'm opening it up from Penthouse. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
no.
I'm hooking Penthouse up.
Who's your anal scene with?
I have only 7
An Asian gentleman she wanted to start off.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard the truth is the longer it is, the better, so it doesn't pop out.
Oh,
the popping
really?
out hurts. Once it's in there, it's in there. You know what I mean?
So it's the popping out past that sphincter muscle, I guess.
Right.
You know, if
I don't
want to
know
get
how
technical.
explicit I can
Dr.
get
Steve,
You
here.
can say whatever you want. Yes.
Oh, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Can I say the F word?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, you're just not allowed to say cunt.
Fucking A.
Colin
the
might
only
be a
word.
little offended.
I'm
He's a
sorry.
big Broadway
I'm
star.
He's a Broadway
fucking sorry.
star.
He doesn't go for the salty language.
Salty
Broadway
language.
Nikki, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. What an ass.
I don't know how to put it.
Colin is a dick.
What I do and what these guys do, it's not really the same business in some ways. It's theater.
He's a veteran of
theater,
Broadway.
yeah.
Let me ask you this about anal pellet, because when I go to the doctor, just for a simple, and
Little
my
finger.
doctor has very thick fingers. So
Right.
It's not just, but I always have to literally not only breathe, but I have to think of something else.
So he doesn't come.
See, you seem like you like it. I know you seem like you like a finger in there. I can tell. Right? You looks like it.
This really has changed.
Go on.
What happened? Come on, Doc. Put 2 fingers in. I heard him double dare you.
I double dare.
2 fingers.
How
You
can anyone
take
check a
fifth.
prostate with 1 finger? Come on.
If you knew
I
how
want a
bad.
second opinion and a fifth. I want a 5th opinion.
Get that Greek doctor with those thicker fingers in here. The Greeks have thick fingers.
No, my doctor has fingers like he's in Lombardi. Like a Lombardi audience member. I remember the 66 Packers.
So now was it your first time on film doing it, or your first time ever doing anal?
No, I've done anal at home.
okay.
Yeah,
At
prior
home.
to film. Yeah.
With lovers. Do you have a significant other at this point in your life?
No, I'm single, but I'm just kind of hanging out with a few
You're
dudes.
dating a
A few
little.
dudes. You're
Yeah,
dating.
yeah. I'm too busy to have a boyfriend. It's not fair
That's
to the guy.
true.
I really
it would
am.
be fair to him, believe me.
Yeah.
Even if you just got a
He'd
few
make
seconds a
allowances.
day, it's still okay.
I have fuck buddies. That's all you need.
Fuck
really.
buddies.
Yeah.
That is kind of nice. Where you staying in New York any length of time, or what are you doing?
Do you like guys with?
You don't.
I'll handle this.
Oh,
Do you
thanks,
like
Jenny.
guys with really big houses with movie theaters in them?
There's all kinds of things going on over there. I call it the compound.
The compound.
It's
He wants
big.
to kind of go
I
on.
like guys with big personalities. How about that?
Well, let me tell you something. I haven't been doing this for 3 or 4 years. If I didn't have a good personality.
Wow.
Just imagine sitting with Anthony over
Smooth.
Sitting with Anthony.
Hey, we got some great questions coming in. I don't want to.
Have some wine.
I don't want to avoid these
Sitting
great.
there, listen to Anthony
These great phone
dissect
calls.
the Feder air conditioning system. Let me tell you something, Nikki. Back in the day, they didn't have it.
Let me tell you something. They used to vent the coolant out to the atmosphere. You can't do that anymore.
So
Gotta
it's almost
collect it.
like the atmosphere is like a giant air conditioning system.
See?
The screen is really to filter the ozone layer,
See?
and if it gets too dirty,
Nah, sweetie, now you're talking a heat pump. That's a totally different story. That's taking the cooling or the heat from the air, and you get it into your house. You remove the heat or the cool from. You got me?
you guys have a lot of chemistry going on. I like that.
You're suggesting they should date.
Yeah, probably.
I was never invited to the house, so I don't know.
No,
I have an
no.
open invitation now. I'm sure you do.
Age limit.
I'm trying to get a word in here because we got some great phone calls. We got Bill in Illinois that's got a very good idea. Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess
Hello, Bill.
the penthouse right here, and I'm jerking off to it. And I was wondering if Nikki had phone sex with me while I jerk off to her pictorial.
He's jerking off to you right now, Nikki.
Where are you gonna come? Like on my face, on my
Right
titties?
on your fucking face, baby.
Fuck yeah, baby. Fuck yeah. You fucking stroke that cock, motherfucker. Come on.
Stroking that cock. I
Yeah.
want to break your fucking ass and bury this thing deep, baby.
You should. You better make that magazine nice and sticky.
It's hard to really get turned on when it sounds like Dennis Franz is like,
yeah, it's awful.
Hey, I'm gonna jerk off on you like you fucking skell.
You sound like Dennis Franz in fucking Dress to Kill. Who are you fucking? Who's this guy from Chicago?
I'm gonna pound your ass, you fucking skell.
All right, Bill, continue. It's to you now. Oh, you hung up. Maybe he
I
came
think he's
already.
done.
He came.
As soon as Colin spoke, he shot his load.
I wonder if he came on your fucking face like he said he was going to.
he came on one of my old pictures from Remote Control.
Here's my fear.
For Christ's sakes, I'm getting hard as a rock.
My girlfriend will sometimes try to put a finger in my ass, and she wants to hit me with a strap-on badly. Like, I'll let her, too, but it's just I can't get past the urge to shit. I cannot psychologically get past that I'm going to shit.
Why don't you enema yourself?
That's what I think I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, you should.
Do you do that
I say we
before
should like just donate $1 each and get you.
Oh
Like,
no, I have the money for an enema. I've just never been able to do. I feel
I want to buy you one. Like I want to buy you an enema.
Oh, that would be really
I want to
nice.
help you in this process.
That's very cool.
I'm out of shape, and I'm just embarrassed to be naked on my bathroom floor with my fucking stomach hanging like a cow, giving myself an enema.
One foot up on the toilet.
Look,
It's humiliating.
I'm not gonna do it for you. If you're asking, forget about it.
What do you do with an enema? You squirt the whole thing in your ass or part of it?
The whole thing.
Same thing you do with a cock, Jim.
Why would I slap an enema on my face and then pull a dress back over it to pretend it's a girl?
Tip of the fleet enema in his mouth, just sucking on it, fondling the whole container.
Shushka, shushka. But no, I really, she for real wants to fuck with a strap, and I'm
I
like,
think that's hot.
yeah, I would let her do it, but it's not a homophobia thing.
How big? How big would you go?
It depends. If she uses the white one, no. She it's a very small one she bought, actually.
Would you rather have longer or thicker and shorter?
How about just fucking short and thin for the first one?
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah, I want it to look like an old woman's finger.
A little nub?
Yeah, just a short, thin... I'm not ready for it. She bought a small
nub.
one to use on
You're
me.
more into the action of what? Her holding your hips and fucking you?
Just the whole dominance of it.
Fucking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the whole thing. She likes it,
Do you
too.
want her to wear boots like this?
She has stuff like that, but
That's hot.
It would be fine with me if
I
she
hate clothes in bed.
Do you really?
Yes, I want totally naked.
See, I don't need
I like
totally
to look
naked.
totally naked.
Man.
Boots are great to take off and get into bed naked with. Leave them on the floor. I like a girl. I like to be able to look at a whole naked body.
So you don't like to role play? You've never like role played?
Yeah, I'm the guy. You're the girl. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
And action. No, I'm not into like that whole like, oh look, she's dressed like a cop. Oh, she pulled me over. It's like I'm in bed. Not on the highway. How could I get into this?
So you're saying you're a lazy fuck?
No. I would never suggest that. I just like getting to the really good, and not just getting to the fucking part. I like getting to the where naked, the bodies are together.
You're sensual.
Thank you.
You're a romantic.
That's
yeah, I nailed it,
fucking
baby.
it. Oh, you
likes
bitch,
the bodies
you fucking got it. I'm a romantic.
What kind of role play do you like?
Me, myself, it depends. Like, that's what's great about my job. Every scene, I'm a different character, so I get to role play all the time and get paid for
What
it.
characters have you
All
played?
those characters get fucked, though.
Right?
Isn't that amazing?
That's the point.
That's the point.
That's the point.
What are some of the characters?
I've played a firefighter, police officer, a nurse, you name it.
In New York, they are getting fucked. Hey, let me hear it, guys. Let me hear it, guys, right? Let me hear it for our guys out there.
Contract.
The finest and the bravest.
They won't give us our contract. These cocksuckers.
My girlfriend and I have like, it's not role play that's as hot as that. We should have different.
Really?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
your role play, Jimmy?
My girlfriend's a woman who sells soup, and I'm a man who would like some, but I'm 45 cents short.
It's role play. It's role play from the Depression.
Yes. Yes, and I put out my hat and she throws a dime into it, and I notice her clitoris is glistening. It's really old school.
Pornographic version of the Grapes of Wrath. It's wonderful.
No, we don't.
Her dust-filled vagina.
He goes, honey, what epoch do you want to do today? Oh, how about the...
We don't really role play much because it's dirtier just to talk as me and her. Like, that's why I like talking dirty to her, because her to say the things that she says to me is filthier than it would be if she was in
So she says like real filthy stuff to you? Does
Like
she
what?
degrade you or just say filthy stuff about really?
Not really, a little bit.
No, but I mean like there's a not your fucking asshole, get a job, you suck, degradation. I mean like is there sexual degradation, like, you know, Does she ever maybe insinuate you're not doing as good a job as she would want you to do, and you have to step it
on the
up?
radio show? Or?
Yeah,
yeah. She likes
Steve Blatter.
She smacks him in the face and she goes 6'7", 6'11" to 701. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, she's happy with the fucking, but it's my career. She's. Yeah.
Is there any of that going on? Like you're not really pulling it off?
I egg that on.
Yeah, that's what she says. That's so hot. You're not really pulling it off today.
Really
no, the expression that makes me come is when she goes, "You're not cutting the mustard."
Put some elbow grease into this fuck.
No, but I egg that on. Like, I egg that on a little bit.
Yeah,
man. I like it.
I can tell you're submissive. I like that.
Oh,
sometimes I am, but it's more.
Nah, you're submissive.
At times.
She goes, "No, you're submissive."
No, you're submissive. And now she smacks him and goes, "Yes, you are. You fucking little creep."
You dirty bastard.
What do you like? What are you more of? Submissive, dominant?
I'm a switch. I like to be both. But
really?
I'm very.
But really, inside you can only be one. Really,
really,
the real you. Yeah.
I think at home with my guy, I like to be submissive because I'm dominant everywhere else and in every
guys are
aspect of my
probably
life.
like a little intimidated, I would gather, and not want to like be a little too rugged with you.
I'm just in control of everything. So at home, when I'm in bed, I want to be vulnerable. Just like fuck me, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's how we are here.
That's what we said here when we were signing our contracts.
Anytime we hear "fuck me," even if it's from a beautiful girl, we just think, "Yeah, the contract, fucking management."
But a lot of women are like that. Like a lot of women who are like lawyers and fucking like female cops, they're like real subs at home because they're like, you know,
they have
their
the
whole
power
life
all
is
day.
man,
Professional life. Yeah.
I like to spank very much.
Ooh.
Yeah, you like to be spanked or just to
spank? Or occasionally be spanked. I like to spank, but not for sexy things, for like other things. Like for real things.
Like stealing candy?
Yeah, like you were supposed to take your grandmother for chemo. And you didn't. The unsexiest scenarios ever.
That would be horrid.
Yes.
Do you like a little spanking every so often?
Once
things
in a
like,
while,
things
yeah,
like that.
That's not your
really
thing?
one of your things.
No, I'll spank you anytime you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's
Or
anytime you want.
Or you.
Wow.
I like
I'll
that.
spank you right now. Let me do it.
If I didn't have a girlfriend, I would, but I would get in a lot of trouble. I would certainly do it, but
For spanking.
if let's just say there's been problems in my life due to my sexual proclivities. So with this girl, I'm a good boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're willing to take a strap-on in your ass, but I can't even spank you.
No, it's not a morals issue. This is not a.
It's not a moral conundrum.
No, not at all. Believe me, I would let you spank me. I'd let you spit on me. But I have a girl. I can't do it.
Why don't you stab him in the face with that pen and then slap him?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
It would be. I think it would be the same thing as telling Jimmy, like, just a sip of beer.
Yeah, because then my girlfriend would go like, "Well, would you want like? Do you want somebody spanking me?" And I'd have to like, pull my dick out and go, "Yeah, just can I watch?" And then she would lose that argument.
Besides, how much pleasure could you get out of spanking his nice, soft, smooth, powdery ass right now?
I do have a very spankable rump.
It's very hairless.
He does.
Yeah.
He's very hairless.
Yeah, I'm almost molestable.
It's like spanking a hamster.
Very fine.
Yeah, it's a good bottom to spank.
What else are you into as far as your personal life betting goes?
I mean, I tend to be a little bit more...
Not you, Jimmy. My God. I mean,
Like,
the movies are the
rock
movies.
stars,
but,
or does he date like regular guys? You know.
No, I date civilians, like regular people.
Civilians,
Yeah,
I like that.
we call them civilians.
Civilians, they're not in the business.
Yeah. I will never date a performer.
No?
I get jealous.
Really? You don't
Yeah.
like watching them like fucking
No.
oil derrick
I can
going
do
at
it,
it?
but they can't.
Really?
Yeah.
That is kind of that's kind of a dominant thing. That'd be kind of hot to be humiliated like that. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's starting a weekend.
No, but
out in front of our eyes.
it's like the greatest thing. It's the greatest. You have to take the things that hurt you and you sexualize them. That's what we do. And men are jealous.
Oh.
So the idea of you're a woman fucking somebody else is awful, but you can always sexualize it, and then it can become an incredible.
And especially if she's
turn on.
working, so she's doing
she's fucking
adult
guys
films.
Yes.
So then you watching that would be like, oh God, I could never compete with that.
No, and that's because guys that really know how to fuck. That's a hot type of. It's a cuckolding. You know, that's hot. But you don't want to be completely degraded. Like I wouldn't want to fuck her and have her go like, "Why don't you do a sit up, you pig?" Like that. Then I'd be like, just sad.
That's just an insult. That's not sexy at all.
Yeah, there's a certain thing, but if someone tells you like your cock is not, it's good.
Really?
Yeah.
I never could imagine that. You are such a little weirdo.
It breaks it up, man. It breaks up.
Yeah?
It breaks
But
it
if your
all up.
whole life is about sex, don't you get bored like you've been talking about sex right now?
No, not at all. Because on film it's different. At home it's more sensual.
Yeah, oh,
like,
good.
Like
See, you like being a little sweet.
Yeah, at work I'm all like business, but I'm like I really enjoy what I do, and I'm all about my scenes, but they're really hardcore. I can't fuck civilians like that. I'll break their cock. They'll get scared.
Wow.
They'll get scared and run away. But
Give it a try.
I know what she said it though. I like that. I'll break their cock.
Yeah, I'll break your cock.
They can't handle it. Like I try to like give them an option. I'm like, okay, do you want me to fuck you as a porn star or a civilian? So they'll be like porn star, and I'll do it. They're like, oh, stop, that's too much. I can't handle it.
Who the fuck is that?
I would prefer civilian too. Honestly.
Jesus. Really?
Yeah, porn blowjobs aren't as good as real blowjobs. I've got a little bit of dabbling in my life, and a real sensual slow blow. What looks good isn't always what feels the best.
Or tastes
Porn
good.
blowjobs are more aggressive.
And then
right?
they you know.
True.
Twist.
Oh my God!
True.
Nose belly button. Nose belly button. Nose belly button.
Playing your cock like bagpipes. She's squeezing your sack
Yeah.
under her arm.
Yeah, Danny Boy is coming out.
Diddling fingers, blowing into it. You're making the same sound as a fucking bagpipe.
Yeah, no. It sounds like a cop funeral in my bedroom.
Yeah, you feel like getting blown by like the Suffolk County Volunteer Fire Department. Giant handlebar mustache. You guys retired for like 15 years, blowing you.
Even those, they don't get paid.
Goddamn.
Fucking Colin.
Hey, fucking Wading River Fire Department.
Hey, Jason in Colorado has another great idea for the show. Jason.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, we got Nikki Benz, Penthouse Pet of the Year in studio.
Oh, Nikki, I think that you should, nobody in there will let you spank him, so you should spank Roland. And put Roland on the mic. I know that he's scared of the mic, but just put Roland across her lap and let her go to town.
Would Roland do this?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Bring him in.
Get rolling.
I think you should pull Sam's hair and smash his head on the fucking
Yeah.
We all think that.
Yeah. I think she should fucking handle him like a guy at the bar and casino with a pen.
Fuck, would Roland do it?
That'd be nice. That'd be hot.
really good.
Let's see. Wow, that's pretty good. I like you. There's a duality to you. You know, there's that
There is.
porn star and then the girl at home.
That's because she's
Little
Canadian.
submissive. Yeah, is that what it is?
Is that what it is?
Do you smoke weed? Canadian chicks
No,
are
I
so
don't.
into pot.
Really?
It's amazing.
From the
all
West
of them I
Coast,
know.
maybe.
I've only known one.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Here's Roland.
Hold on
All right.
a minute here.
He seems very nervous.
Roland, do you know why you're in here?
I do not.
But I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
Roland.
There's a very angry young lady.
We
She thinks you've been a bad boy.
we were talking about spankings.
Yes.
And the offer
One
went
thing
around.
led to another.
Yeah, the offer went around, but I think everybody's pretty like hooked up. You know,
Pussies.
Yeah.
Yes,
all
exactly.
right. Well, now that he called everybody pussy,
Now we don't
I
feel
think
guilty.
he can't back out.
But he's right.
But he is right. So we were wondering
Colin Quinn.
if you would get spanked by the lovely Nikki Benz.
I have objections to this.
Why?
I don't.
Oh my God!
You can't beat him too hard though. He's a civilian.
He's not a
That's
civilian.
my belt.
Wait, you don't use
Wow.
your hand?
No, I'm gonna use the belt.
Why the
Oh
belt?
shit!
Oh, shit, Roland, you're
That's
in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. This is really hot. It's like Anthony's father.
I
Anthony
know.
was
I was
8.
just going to say, this reminds me of when I was a kid. Did you take the quarters out
I'm gonna need you
of
to
my
turn
drawer?
around.
Hold on.
He's
We gotta-
bending over already. He's so
all right, hold
easy.
on. We got to set this up right. We need a mic in front of Roland.
I
Yeah.
want your naked ass cheeks.
This is gonna just. This is
Yeah,
gonna be
come on,
just like the whipping video we saw
it's like
earlier in the show.
This is an HR issue.
It's
LOL.
Yeah.
Wait. I have something for them.
Wow, look at Roland. He got his ass right out.
Roland's got his ass right out.
There's a log sticking out of it.
He's,
So like what, on the count of 3 or something?
Yeah.
1,
Oh, look
2,
at Roland.
3.
Oh, shit! Wow! Oh, did she wail him?
That hurt, I could tell.
Did she fucking... You didn't hold back, Nikki.
Well, just for being a blonde, my ass is here, not here.
No, I hit his ass, right?
No,
We'll be
no.
back.
Oh, man, I gotta do it one more time.
You gave him a slave spanking.
Let's see the welt. We'll know. We'll know where she hit if we see it. Let's see the welt. It'll be there.
Poor sweetie.
Let me see. Turn around.
I think I need to do it again.
Roland, let me see the well. Ow! That is. It's across the. She missed his ass.
I know.
His ass is so big. His ass is so big. I didn't know. Okay, let me do it again.
No master. No master.
You hit the top of his ass and the bottom of his back. Hit his ass cheek.
Don't kill him though.
Ow! That's too bad, actually.
He goes, ow! Ow! Like the little rascals.
Just the first one kind of hurt.
Yeah, the first one hurt.
I'm gonna cry later.
That was good. Yeah, you should cry in the fetal position.
That
was really bad. That first one, she fucking wailed him,
she
man.
did.
That's okay, because a week from now he'll still think about me. So
that's true.
Yeah.
He sits on the bowl and it hurts.
I know, and I shit a lot too.
He's also a romantic.
Roland.
Roland rolled.
Great. Oh.
He shut one eye. He was like, oh. Yeah. You got a little excited about that? A little bit? Yeah.
Would you prefer a hand spanking, though? I would prefer a hand spanking.
I can do that too.
Really? You do a hand? Leave a handprint on his ass.
Okay, I'll do it.
She wants to leave a handprint on your ass.
Jesus, that was quite a crack.
How about a handprint on your ass? She'll smack you with her hand.
Whatever you want.
All right. Why not?
I'm here for you guys.
Let's see how this works.
He's fast and loose. He plays better fast and loose.
He does. There he goes. He's bent over again. She's winding up. And... Oh, damn! She wailed him.
Rolling.
She hits like a food.
Yeah, she does. She hits like a guy.
Yeah,
Jesus. Wow, that's going to be a handprint right on your ass.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to shit for like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Maybe 30.
I saw him clench his ass cheeks though right before he did it, which makes it worse. You should relax it.
Yeah, it's loose. It's got in slow motion. It would look like that guy that gets shot in the belly with the cannonball.
Yeah, bending over, something coming towards my ass, let it loose.
He didn't.
Oh, right, tighten up. You're right. You're right.
He was probably afraid that you were going to slip and hit his bag hanging under it.
Ow!
It happens sometimes.
That was some shot.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was great.
Wound up. I like that.
You made my day.
Good job. Good job. Holy shit, Roland. What the hell is wrong with you? Good one.
Fucking rules.
Good one. You didn't have one misfire there where it was like a thud.
I know.
Thug. And the hand one, very hard. First time to get a good smack.
That was a nice crack.
Yeah.
That's
That was hot.
Good one. Damn.
It sounded like the book depository. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Right.
First shot.
First shot. Now, what are your duties as the Penthouse Pet of the Year? What are some of your things they make you do?
Well, I'm now exclusively with Penthouse, so I'm going to be shooting hardcore movies for Penthouse, doing anal next year for Penthouse.
Amazing.
That's why they're great, by the way, because they don't pretend that they don't like it. Like Playboy doesn't want you doing hardcore. They're fucking cornballs.
Yeah, what's
Penthouse
that
is
about?
honest. This is what people want to see. That's what you
Penthouse
want.
is hardcore, but we also like to keep it classy, you know?
Maybe Bob Guccione.
Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Guccione. Poor Bob. Oh, banana, ma Baba Guccione.
Baba Geek.
Ah, banana.
Careful.
Ah, Menzego.
Che fai, Baba
So who have you had sex with professionally?
Professionally?
Yeah.
Pretty much all the porn actors.
Oh, okay. A lot of them.
All the
I mean,
porn
I've got a lot of movies out there.
Who's the biggest cuck?
The
that
biggest
you've,
cock
I'm
that
going to
I've
guess Lex
done-
Steele. Have you taken Lex?
No. I worked with Rocco Siffredi. That was pretty
Oh,
intense.
the greatest.
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty
Rocco
intense.
rules. I've watched him. He'll put a girl on her back and stick his feet in her mouth and fuck it. Rocco is fucking.
Wow.
He strikes a
didn't-
blow for all men.
Damn. Have
He
you
didn't
done...
do that to me, but
No?
his cock was like a Coke can. It was so thick. Holy shit. I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't do this. But I mean, I
Was
did
it red and white?
It's Coke Zero.
It was calorie free.
Have you done any interracial with black guys?
No.
Ah.
Yeah, you just won points.
Sorry, I was going to say, well, thank you, Nikki Benz, for coming in today. But, you could stay. I'm a racist on the show. Everyone knows me as being the racist. It's a little joke character I do 24/7. I'm in character all the time.
So Rocco was a good bang?
Rocco was hardcore.
Yeah.
He
He was
slapped my tits around so hard I had bruises for 2 weeks.
Rocco's a fucking
Yeah.
animal, man.
Wow, that sounds mean.
No, I was really into it. It didn't hurt till after I got home.
Yeah, huh?
Did he seem intimidated by you fucking him hard or no?
By me fucking him hard?
Yeah.
He was just excited to like work with me.
He was?
Yeah.
I was intimidated because I saw his cock. I asked him, I'm like, can you pull it out before our scene? I just need to see it. And I saw it. I was like, so I know I already signed the model release form, but
Oh, shit. But you're thinking like, wow, this is going to be some business.
Home. Yeah, it was a good scene though. It was awesome.
Do you have people on your no list?
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't even think they're active anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Lee Stone, only because his dick like bends this backwards.
Oh shit.
Like.
That's weird.
Lee Stone, did he like to like?
It bends like the Loch Ness Monster's head.
Yes, when he gets hard, it goes.
You don't need that.
How
it looks like a pharaoh's hand.
Yes.
Yeah, his dick is hieroglyphics.
And yeah, I'm like, I don't do Egyptian, so you know.
That's horrible. How did that happen? That must have been a mishap in bed. That's one of those, when a girl's going up and down and she kind of gets past this point, it bends.
Someone broke his dick.
What would be the center of gravity of your cock? The fulcrum, if you will. Like bringing physics into sex. It's so sexy.
It really is hot. Oh.
And then it probably snapped, yeah.
I once went to a doctor that, because I had a dick problem at the time, and he showed me all these other broken dicks. I had smashed my dick. And he showed me, he said, the number one thing is when you're having sex doggy style and you pull out and you accidentally hit the ass bone. And then he showed me, he had a book full of these.
What a
damaged dicks.
Like a table book, a coffee table book.
Yes, with hundreds of pictures of
broken dicks of the world,
black and blue, and broken dicks.
What was all your dick?
Wow.
Yeah.
I forget. It was like something.
How do they fix that?
My cock.
Put a cast on it. Your friends sign it.
Yeah, his friend. Wait, you give Colin too much credit.
Wait, you can't let Colin slide on that. You forgot how your dick got broken.
Yeah, how did they get broken?
I'm trying to remember.
What happened? A tranny heel?
You want to make up a story? We'll give you 2 minutes.
Exactly.
No, I'm really trying to remember.
You either come up with it or we will.
Did it get slammed in the door jam of a men's establishment?
You don't forget breaking your dick.
Did it slide into Jerry's tailpipe when you were pushing his car?
Oh, see, because
did some trucker put his heel in it when you stuck it through a hole in the people?
Pick anyone you like.
It was the glory hole.
Well, it's the last time I try to have a medical conversation.
I want to know what happened with that.
I don't know. I think I had urethritis or something.
What is urethritis?
It's like some disease you get when you're like a 90-year-old guy, but I had it when I was like 28.
So your urethra was a little inflamed?
Yeah,
Did
I
it
went to
hurt?
the doctor.
Yeah.
I think that was it, yeah. But I ended up getting...
Doctor, give me the news.
Yeah. And then he showed me a whole book full of dicks. I was belly aching about how, I can't believe I got a fucking problem. I'm only 28.
Oh, and he pulled
You
this...
should be lucky. He showed me all
Don't
the
feel
pictures.
sorry for yourself.
And he said the number one cause of it was people having doggy-style sex and pulling out and accidentally...
You gotta watch that abutment.
But showing your whole book, that's weird, too. He was hoping you were going to get excited.
It made me feel great.
Yeah.
No.
That was some foreplay, Colin.
Graphic thing I've ever seen.
Did he caress your cock while you were looking? You're so lucky to have this beautiful specimen.
Let me rub this salve into your cock.
Let's start the treatment as you're looking at
Was it hurting when you peed? Is that what the problem was?
No, it's just my balls felt like as if somebody was pulling on them, even when I was just walking around.
Jesus
Christ!
Christ!
Pulling on my
The
balls.
hell was this, a poltergeist?
That's what it felt like. All the time, you felt like internally somebody's pulling your balls.
That'd be great. I would love
Never
that.
heard of that.
No.
That
Good old
doesn't
ball
sound
tub.
pleasant if you're just, at work.
No, Jim, I know it sounds great on the outside, seriously. It's time for the serious moment in this show.
Oh, people are getting, hey, old man, it's called gravity. Oh, look at this. Oh,
Yeah,
people.
now, but I'm saying I was 28 when it
Right,
happened.
you were a kid.
I think I've had urethritis. I had that a few years ago, I think.
No,
Really?
prostatitis, that's what I had.
Yeah, something like that.
Prostatitis.
Yeah, it's like an old man's disease.
It burns when you
that does
piss.
sound older. And
Right?
that made you feel
Well,
like
I
your
also
balls
used to
were...
smoke like 3-4 packs a day and drink soda all day, which is...
So
Yeah.
we'll do it?
Yeah, I think so.
My balls are falling down, and you could win these LA Gear sneakers.
Yeah, I was on MTV at the time.
Ow! My ball.
Oh, Colin.
Ah,
The
crazy
young,
times.
crazy Colin with his balls falling down. Remote
Speaking of
control.
balls, I worked
Yes.
with a guy one time that only had one ball.
Hitler?
Yeah, Richard Belzer?
Goebbels. Wait, Goebbels had one.
Tom Green?
He was in a no, not Tom Green. He was in a bicycle accident, so one of his testicles got cut out.
What an
So
accident.
it was a threesome. It was me and this girl and this guy, and I kept saying,
Really? 2.5 some.
but I kept saying, yeah, lick his ball.
Oh,
And the director's like, Nikki, you can't say ball. You got to say balls because like the audience is
yeah,
going to
they
get
don't
turned
know.
off. I kept forgetting because I wanted to be correct.
You were
It's
trying to
only
be
one
accurate.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kept kept telling her to lick his balls.
How awful would that be? The sack with one ball filling,
ball in it.
and the other one just kind of droopy dog earring, like a basset hound ear.
Well, you can get ball implants, you know.
Yeah,
You can?
Yeah,
get a ball bearing or something.
Like a ball bearing.
It's a ping pong ball.
A metal fucking big ball bearing in there.
Why not?
You'd be like a super villain.
Cool? Somebody
you could just
kicks you in the balls, you just look at them.
That's all you got.
You get 2 glass ones so you can shatter them easily.
Give a girl a Roman war helmet, she goes blind. See, because they're heavy. All right, maybe she wouldn't.
That's a good one. Do you shave everything completely? I prefer that.
You know what? I used to, and then I wanted to switch it up. I was getting bored,
Oh,
so now
okay.
I have a little like landing strip. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say this for the record, and I want your opinion. I think hair making a comeback.
Oh, definitely. Yes,
Hair making a comeback,
yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be happier. I kind of like a little bit of fuzz
little,
down there.
yeah.
Yeah, me
I'm not
too.
talking the old 70s Earth Mama muff.
No.
I'm not talking fucking thighs covered with hair or right down to the asshole. None of that. But a little bit to know what you're dealing with is kind of
I
nice.
like it fucking gone. I never want to hear this again from myself.
I'm not talking about not
So,
that.
You're not talking about that.
Right. Oh, my God.
Do you like hair in the ass, too? Is that making a comeback?
I shave my ass.
Around the septic tank.
No, that's not good. But I think occasionally it's cool to look at pictures of like al natural. It's just,
not cool.
It's just fun. It's fun. Look at that. What's wrong with that? That's from
Exactly.
1982. That's
Yeah.
hysterical. Look at that shit. Boy, these girls.
Is
When
it a
did they
pelt?
start learning?
I want it to look fat and like ceramic.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Damn.
Turn back the page before. There was scenes from Caligula that were very fucking hot.
Yeah,
The sex in
huh?
Caligula was a great. That lesbian scene, it was phenomenal.
That's it. Look at Bob. In memoriam, Bob Guccione.
He did some great work, fucking Guccione. Got
Hell yeah,
Gil
he
Good
did.
into a fucking porno.
Amazing, right?
Was he in that Caligula?
Wow,
Gil
wow.
Good, Peter O'Toole, Malcolm McDowell.
When did the girls
Helen
start
Mirren.
shaving? I'm going through all the years of Bob Guccione here.
He celebrated.
When you
it.
get to me, that's when we start shaving.
And then it turned and there's Baba Booey.
It's a sexy shot of him too with the
I
remote.
know. What is he doing?
He's doing the Burt Reynolds. From
He's in the centerfold of Penthouse. It's like they call me Baba Booey from his book. And it's right after like all the hairy pussy shots. I'm thumbing through and then
Then his mustache.
is a mustache.
So
That's
you
nice.
you haven't.
Look at that.
Do you ever like have sex with guys in your personal life and tell them about guys that you had sex with at work?
No.
Why?
No,
Jimmy
why?
Fantasy coming through. Jimmy Fantasy.
Jimmy
I
likes
like
that
when Jimmy
one.
does the interview. It's like NPR. He's like, so seriously. He has this quiet voice. I mean, well, it's like, have you ever shaved your pussy? And, he always says about to ask a question about tax cuts.
No, I don't think they want to hear about that, you know?
Wow.
I mean, I know you do, but yeah.
I'm a great guy.
Yeah.
Call him, tell me about your day at work.
Listen, if I come home from work and I'm fucking a civilian and he's asking me about the guy's dick I just worked with, there's something wrong.
Oh, so you don't
You know
like
what
that?
I mean?
Right.
No, I'm like, why are you asking about the guy's dick?
Exactly.
Like, ask about my vagina.
But he doesn't have to ask about the dick because he wants the dick. He could ask about it because it's sexy that you fucked a guy with a bigger dick right before you went over. And it's a way of humiliating himself. It's not like he wants to fuck the guy.
No.
He doesn't want the guy to fuck him. Get them both
Maybe-
get them both a beat and they both can fuck each other.
Maybe he's just wondering because his dick felt like a clapper inside a bell. It's like, who are you fucking?
Yeah.
No.
Is there such a thing as a Canadian porn industry?
Canadian porn industry.
Fucking Brandon Iron is from Canada. He can't get back into the States. You know Brandon?
No.
do
And there's
you
a lot
do?
of Canadians in the adult industry, actually.
Yeah.
They don't have their own?
It's like hockey,
No,
only with sex.
it's like with Hollywood. Everybody goes to LA, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Who are some Canadian porn girls?
Myself, Sunny Leone, Shyla Stiles.
Dudley Do-Right's got a big cock.
Yeah.
And he fucks chicks with his chin. It's a visual.
Yeah. Certainly wasn't an audio. My favorite part of that, and people at home can't see this, was Anthony was doing a chin.
I was doing a chin fucking.
He was really
Dudley
trying to
Do-Right.
sell it.
I was trying. I'll do anything.
There were no takers.
Dancing fucking monkey here.
I didn't buy it.
He was selling it. There were no takers.
Not a word.
Peter North is Canadian. He's got some big loads.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
notorious for his
You
big
like that,
cum.
huh?
Well, I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect Peter North's ability
I respect it.
to cover somebody.
Yes.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, a lot of.
Oh, just when you think it's over, there's 4 more shots coming.
Now, could he do that take after take, a movie after? Like,
Dude, the fact that you could do that once is amazing. He's been doing it his whole career.
His body produces a lot of sperm. Let's face it. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon.
He's a freak of nature.
It's more the semen than sperm.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
What's
just
the
saying.
difference?
Well, the sperm is the actual sperm from the testicles. The semen comes from the prostate. It's the juice the sperm swim in.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was one and the same thing all the time.
No, they mix right before they come out of your cock.
What makes it taste so bad?
I don't know.
How many have you tasted?
You call it bad, Jimmy.
Tasted my own.
Yeah,
Spermatozoa.
No, it's very.
Tell you what, drink a lot of pineapple juice.
No, I don't care. I like the punishment element of it.
There's a lot of punishment going
That's
on
how
with
he
Jimmy.
bleaches his teeth with his own semen. I saved a lot of money on Crest white strips.
Then tell you what, eat a lot of asparagus. It's gonna make your shit
I do.
smell funky.
The cum too, because my piss smells really strong. I love asparagus piss.
Yeah, but cum, disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good for me.
So eat some tonight, jerk off, and taste it.
No, I only did that once. It was kind of like, ugh.
I like that. It was like a Martha Stewart tip. Eat something tonight, take off and taste it. We'll be right back with the...
It leaves a really weird taste. It's like very, very metallic, and it clings to your throat.
Metallic?
Yeah, it tastes like metal.
She's talking like she's never tasted.
Yeah, you get.
The only thing that I'm thinking about metallic is like if you go down on a girl in her period.
I won't
then
do
it'll
that.
taste a little metallic.
I won't even allow a woman to prepare my meals.
What are you, a fag?
When she's on her period.
Come on.
I'm like, you must sleep in the other room on the floor mat.
He sends them into the desert for 3 days.
Get in there.
You'll
3
eat.
days. I thought it was 5.
Oh, why not?
You'll eat on the period?
I don't care.
Do you like period sex?
He's earned his red wings, they used to
I
call
don't care at all.
Guys usually don't care. They
Red
put a
Beard
towel
the pirate.
underneath.
Oh,
Put
I
a
hate
towel
I don't
underneath.
care.
I don't like that.
Arrgh. Yeah, get a towel. Don't ruin my
Yeah.
sheets.
I don't get involved with
I
that.
care. Why?
I just don't.
Care. Why do you care?
just
What's
my-
the difference?
I don't like blood.
What's the difference?
Too
between
much
that
blood.
and What all the other shit that's coming out of everywhere?
What's the difference?
Spit,
It's blood.
fucking vaginal mucus, and fucking. You
It's
got
all
your
just
tongue
part
up
of
a
the
chick's
human
ass,
body,
you got,
Jim.
Yeah, what's a little blood?
You're okay with using an enema, but you're not okay with a period.
But not an enema sexually. That would be a necessary evil. Using an enema
medically.
before I get fucked with a strap on is like getting a hotel room. It's a part of the process leading up to it.
I've come away from sex looking like R. Bud Dwyer.
Dude, I can't do it in the period, man.
Yeah?
I'm not squeamish about many things either. I don't need you to shower. You can be dirty. I don't spit on me. You can piss. I'm fucking dirty.
But that's your
period,
line.
I have a very weird
Wow.
line.
What about you? You don't care?
I don't care. If
Yes,
the
you
guy
said
doesn't
that.
care. It's up
Yeah.
to the guy, really.
Yeah.
Why'd you say ooh for
Remember
no
Nick
shower?
Nick DiPaolo's joke?
What?
When he said, yeah, my girlfriend, we were having sex and she had a period. She said it's not that heavy. He goes next thing you know, in the horse's head scene from The Godfather.
Shit. Do you what do you condoms? What do you do? Birth control?
At
What
work,
are you-
birth
what are you on?
control? Hell yeah.
Yeah, condoms.
I don't work no work babies. Condoms? No, we don't use condoms in movies.
You don't have to. You just stop right there. We don't use condoms. I like that.
At home, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
You don't want to feel good?
Yeah, why would you use a...
You don't want to feel good?
Now, that doesn't bother a guy, though, that he sees you having sex unprotected at work, and then, even if he's HIV negative?
But then it's protected at home, see?
Here's the thing. If it's someone I'm dating, yeah, of course, no condom. But if I'm just,
Banging him.
condom.
Well, how
for
about if he
sure.
has test results that are negative?
They better be from the night before.
Oh, damn. What about blowjobs, though?
What about them? Oh, yeah, no.
Condom? No condom,
Yeah, I
right?
don't like the taste of condoms.
How about if I could show you a test result from the summer of
95.
04? And it's almost perfect. There's a few
Some of the dates,
discrepancies.
it's like an FBI informant report. It's blacked out.
Yeah,
Some-
it may look like there's a little whiteout over there, but on certain parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Freedom of Information Act on Jim's health bill.
Are you scared
Nothing?
of?
Okay.
Well, because you said health bill, old lady. Are you scared of HIV and stuff? Because it happens once in a
I'm
while.
scared of it? No, I'm not. It's definitely a concern, but the thing is like, as a performer, we all in the industry want to keep our industry safe, so we don't fuck around. We don't.
Really?
I don't go and just fuck people carelessly without a condom. I want to protect myself and my coworkers.
that HIV, what a killjoy that was.
They think they cured it though.
Everybody.
In
Yeah, I saw
Germany.
Yeah,
that.
they did cure it, and they have a pill
right.
now that you take, and it lessens your chances of getting it.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it make you straight?
Yes. No, it's saltpeter. Makes your penis soft.
It's a pill. It's called a clitoris.
Yeah.
You put it
It's
in
in the
your
shape
mouth.
of a clitoris, right? There you
That's a
go.
good one.
I'm throwing a lot of shit against the wall,
That's
and it's sliding down to the floor.
That's all right. It's okay.
There's nothing sticking on this last hour, is there?
No,
Oh.
it's like the stall in a park bathroom with some angry homeless guy just shitting his hand. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Damn.
This is the only show that can take a pet of the year and make it an unsexy
The most
segment.
unsexy segment. Yeah, no, but
I
you've
just talked
definitely
about
sexied
shit
it
in
up.
my hand. That's
Believe
fucking
me,
sexy.
you've sexied it up. I got no problem.
Absolutely.
Very pretty.
Thank
Very
you.
pretty.
So your issue is out now.
It's out
Very
now.
hot. Honestly, very, very hot.
Thank you, and people can check me out on penthouse.com, of course.
Looking forward to that hard stuff that you're going to be doing.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Looking
So
forward
am
to seeing
I.
that anal.
I'm excited.
Let's see some of that anal.
I'm excited.
So am I.
No, seriously,
No, quite literally.
when I know I'm gonna go film, like I get very excited because I know
Yeah?
I'm gonna get banged proper.
So you get some pleasure out of it then. It's not
Hell
just
yeah.
work related. Yeah. A lot of that's always asked of adult film stars. It's like, do you enjoy it? They always say,
I
yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah. And then it's like, no, she didn't. I could tell. Acting badly.
I don't have chemistry with everyone I work with, but most people I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a guy not be able to get a rod on film? As they say, struggling. He's struggling.
He's struggling?
Yes.
Is that what they could say? He's
Struggling,
struggling?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny. He's struggling.
My cock would be like a fucking. It would be like a jacket button if there were people watching me. I would be in disastrous shape. If the fucking phone rings, I'm finished.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't like distractions, huh?
If there was a fucking union crew that wanted to go to lunch, just get the angle so we can go eat.
All right. All right.
All right, Jimmy, we need you on set over here. The girl's in the bed. All right, take it. Could you get that thing going? He's struggling, everyone. He's struggling.
I'd have to jerk it with my thumb and pointer finger.
Can't you do dice directing on the megaphone?
Hey, Jimmy, where's your fucking rod, you homo? She's a hot broad. Show her your fucking hard on, you fagotino.
Thank you. Make Colin's day.
Colin makes everyone laugh every night. It gives me pleasure to give back to Colin, of course, of the Helen Hayes Theater. Wonderful fucking Broadway play. Long story short, get tickets now at you buy them off the street somewhere.
Ticketron.
From the fucking the guy that comes around with elixirs off of the wagon.
Yeah. Yes. You can get it if you're looking for cats now and forever. Fucking.
Yes, go see Colin and then fucking West Side Story. With the
Mickey,
original
these guys
cast
like
album.
to give me the business. I don't understand why. I'm just a simple man doing a show. Trying to take it on the road. Maybe we'll go to Toronto. It's a big theater city.
Toronto, the
never know.
UK.
The UK,
I
I'd
would
like to go
see that. Australia.
No, I want to go to fucking India, man. They're all doing
India?
American.
India?
Yeah. They do American. They all speak English, right, Jim? Don't you
Yeah,
want to
that's
do
that
comedy?
Bollywood shit
No.
that got them all speaking English.
I don't want to do
and
comedy
customer
there.
service.
One of
for
my
Dell.
greatest thrills. This is how sad my existence is. One of my greatest happy memories is, and I wasn't even there, is that Keith cockblocked Bobby Kelly from going to India to do comedy just because he refused to write out his act, and Bobby wanted to go so badly. Keith just
Really?
just because he wanted to be hateful.
I have no idea how to. No desire to go to India.
That'd be weird.
No.
You'd have to get like 20 shots,
Exactly.
Yeah, you would.
so you don't get malaria and whatever else they got over there.
Yeah, it's a mess.
You must have had to get a few shots going to Iraq, right?
Yeah, a couple,
Yeah.
but not that many.
When's the last time you went?
A few years ago.
Was it with me or after you went?
No, after.
I want to go back.
Do you? But Afghanistan, that's where the shit's happening now.
Afghanistan's the place to go.
That's the
We should
fucking-
go. We should go.
That's
You want to
the
do it?
theater of
I'll
operations
go
to go
with you.
to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Are you kidding
Look
me?
like
They'd be so
fucking
happy to see you
apocalypse.
compared to us.
They'll have their helicopter out like Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Get our 6 guns.
It'd be worth it just to film all the troops like pushing us aside to go talk to her.
Oh, exactly.
They'd be so
They would
happy.
want it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I
That'd be
can
all
give
over
out
you.
a few like free hand jobs as a thank you.
Oh, my God.
Yay.
I was giving back to the troops.
I would enlist.
Get in line.
Let's start the tour right now. Let's do it.
That would be
I
good.
would like to go back. I avoided it because of all the beheadings, not to kill the sexy talk. But I just got scared to go back after 03.
Why? Nobody's going to behead that little pinhead.
What if we get caught? What do you think they're going to do?
Jim Norton. No, Jim Norton. You're very funny. Head off.
Well, you could almost, at least I'd be killed immediately because I look like a true red-blooded American. You could almost pass for like one of those like kind of weird Tibetan sort of,
Tibetan.
or like a Mongolian kind of weird dude that's just kind of in the mountain people.
They'd be patting me on the back, inviting me back to the cave.
Yeah, just develop like a funny, crazy walk like this. Whoa, and then look like you're like a Tibetan.
Tibetan. Yeah, Afghanistan's the place.
We're going to be Tibetan tomorrow at Foxwoods for
Oh,
poker.
that's right. Poker. Chip. Very funny. Good segue.
Oh, my God. Chip in Afghanistan. I'd film that for an hour.
That would be
He has
hysterical,
a
man.
alter ego named Chip. Who's
Okay.
Chip's not very sexy.
No.
Chip, have you ever
Or
met
funny.
a beautiful girl like Nikki?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Penthouse pet of the year.
Pet. I got a pet at home.
Chip is a very unsophisticated man. Some people might also call him moronic.
Some people might call him moronic, yes.
He tries to be. He considers himself.
Nice
kind of a
to meet you,
comedian.
Chip.
Thanks.
And he's got a real hateful streak towards certain
he?
people
Yeah.
too. Well,
Yeah.
Chip,
angry.
how's your mother doing?
My mother's a saint on earth. She's a good woman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't you say there was always some guests at the house? And
No, I was just watching. She'd have friends. Her black friends would come over. They would help her, like, just fix the bedroom floor and stuff. I
Yeah?
would just stand in the bushes.
It must have been a lot of work because you heard sounds coming out of there, right?
Those are really big.
Thanks.
Chip, you're being a little rude.
Yeah.
Like a couple of blimps or something. I would like to just take a
Chip, you're being a
ride
little,
for the Super Bowl.
Chip, you're freaking her out a little bit, Chip. You're making her a little uncomfortable right now, Chip. You know.
I'm very good.
little.
I told my girlfriend that I fuck her so good that she gets wet like it's an ocean down there.
Chip, why are you not looking Nikki in the eye when you're talking to her?
I'm talking to, I don't know, I'm just looking.
Are you uncomfortable?
No,
Why don't you look at her? Just say hi.
because I don't like being egged on by everybody. It's uncomfortable.
He gets a little nervous looking girls in the eye.
I
Notice that.
can't even do Chip.
Why?
Ugly lady here. It's embarrassing. Because she doesn't know me and she
She
thinks
loves Chip.
she hates Chip.
She's in the game already. She knows.
She's polite.
You know how many guys she's met that are like Chip that just creep around?
You know what? You're
Just
probably
don't know.
right. Yeah, they try to make you laugh.
They come to all of my conventions.
Yeah.
All the Chip
Look,
types.
All the
Chip.
Chip
Yeah.
talks, yeah.
Chip, just look her in the eye and say hello. What's the matter?
Yeah, you're really pretty. Your name is Nikki Benz. I'll bet he does.
What?
Oh, Chip. This is really weird.
Benz.
Oh, I didn't get what you meant.
Nicky Benz.
Sadly,
I'll
I
bend
get
over for you.
I get
baby.
every one of Chip's jokes.
You get them all.
Dude, I don't.
Well, that,
Hey, don't make sure Colin don't use your jokes in his act or something, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to see this in the history of the world, plot one, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Chip gets upset sometimes. He doesn't like that when we laugh at him for being a comedian. He gets a little pissed off.
Yeah.
He's like, he considers himself a real comedian. He
My
considers-
girlfriend sucked Chip's dick, though. 'Cause
Oh, no.
In Montreal at the
His
festival.
girlfriend hates Chip. She hates Chip. She's
No,
grossed out by it.
but he's grown on her. And then
Ew, and she
after
blew Chip?
because after the Montreal festival, he came back to the room and he was like really upset because apparently he bombed. He's like, "What happened?" They were just yelling, "You're not funny, you suck." And then he just laid down and she sucked his dick for a few minutes because she felt bad for Chip.
Wow.
It's a very intricate relationship.
What a tangled web we weave.
Borgata Late Show, January 15th. Myself, Brewer, David Tell, Bill Burr. Tickets still available for the third and final show, 11
Yes.
o'clock.
Doesn't even pretend to segue.
No.
Nah, it doesn't
My
even
plug,
say.
of course, tomorrow, Foxwoods.
Yeah, I'll be there as well.
Foxwoods. Jimmy's going to be there. I hope Patrice is going to be there. I think he is.
Yeah,
at
they
this
got him a
point.
ride.
Going to be playing some poker. The big
What do you mean
Texas
got him a
Hold'em
ride? He's got a truck.
extravaganza.
He doesn't drive?
No, but they
He
should
shouldn't have to drive.
He's
Patrice
turning into
goddamn
Ignatius
O'Neill.
Riley.
Patrice O'Neill.
And of course,
Shouldn't have to.
Collins.
Go to foxwoods.com. And
Sign up.
put in the keyword Anthony in lowercase letters for all the info. There you go.
Very good.
And of
Nikki,
course,
where are you going to be?
Yes. Oh, you are going to be somewhere.
Sky Room in Times Square.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Tonight from 6 to 9. It's SKYROOMNYC.com. Where exactly is Sky Room? It's in Times Square. Do you know where,
Times
Laney?
Square.
330 West 40th from 6 to 9. She's extremely beautiful.
I'm going to be giving out free Penthouse magazines and
All right.
drinking.
It's a really hot issue.
Celebrating.
She's on the cover in a hat. She looks really, really fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
What's your poison there? What do you like to drink?
Coffee.
Not you, Jimmy.
I do like Jameson once in a while, but I'm a red wine girl.
Ah.
Yeah, that gets me horny.
Uh-oh, look what
Oh, shit.
Happen to have right here in a little
Get
bag
this
right
party
there.
started.
Look at how I'm magic.
Appeared out of nowhere.
Just don't say I need a big cock right now.
Yeah. I have to piss right now. I would be so humiliated if my cock was out.
Really? Yeah, you're just going to hide in the bathroom and pull it out and tinkle.
Nothing's funnier than that first crack she gave Roland.
That was a great one.
That was violent.
I didn't realize
A
I
belt.
did it that hard.
It smacked good.
Bad news.
That brought back bad memories for me. I was like I was talking during Ronan Martin's Laughing, and Dad got mad. Don't talk in front of Ronan Martin's Laughing. That'll smack you with the belt.
Yeah, that was your fickle finger and face.
Yes, of course it was. Don't talk during this part. It's Laughing looks at the news. Ladies and gents.
Anthony's crying and laughing at the same time. He's crying. He's crying at Ruth Buzzy while he's laughing.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, well.
Sexy.
What do you say? We all get the fuck out of here.
Sounds like a plan.
Holla.
Yes.